Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another The Sports Scoop live stream. Kian McDermott, Suraj Kadali. We know that the schedule's already dropped. Obviously, we did a video on that a while ago, probably almost a month ago. But now we obviously are talking some breakdown, I guess. We're going to be going through week. If you guys follow us on Instagram, you saw our post about that we're basically going to be going over each thing. And yeah, we're going to be going over each week. And Suraj, there's some reverb on your side.
Sorry?
When I'm talking, I hear like a reverb on your side.
Oh. Can you
let me see. I'm not sure. That's what your headphones aren't plugged in.
Oh. That's weird.
All right. Okay. So yeah, now we're good.
Okay.
Well, actually, maybe not. I don't know. No, we're not. Serge, you got to plug your headphones into your computer.
My headphones are plugged in. I'll plug them out and plug them back in.
All right, yeah, but obviously pretty packed show tonight. Gonna be going over some schedule release, all that kind of stuff. Sir, I still hear it.
Okay. Is sounds better now or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
But some schedule release. Serge, you have to go into your settings and make sure your headphones are not connected.
Okay.
You have to go to audio and make sure that's connected to your headphones. All right, but obviously, we're going to be going over each week. You see down below. Obviously, you guys feel free to use the chat, everything like that quickly as we just get started up. Bear with us for a second. Obviously, we were always rushing to live streams, but give us 1 second here.
Can you still hear? Can you still hear like anything or no?
Yeah. No, now I can't.
Oh, okay. Good.
But yeah, okay, so 1 second. I quickly need to send that we are live streaming out. Give me 1 second. Serge, take it away.
Yeah, so basically, like what Kian said, we're basically just going to be doing like an overview of the schedule. We know it came out a while ago, but we are inching very closer to July, which means closer to training camp. So obviously, we're gonna go and maybe just give a little breakdown of like what each game to watch and why to watch it, and at the same time we'll be answering some of your questions in the comments. I know it's been a while since we did a live stream, so we're very excited to do it again.
Yeah, definitely very, very excited to do it again. We have been lacking, I would say, on the live streams recently, so we do apologize for that. But let me quickly just... Okay, so everything's set up. There we go. Everything is good and ready. But Serge, so let me quickly share my screen. As you can see, look at that. It's very nice. So obviously, as you guys can see here, the NFL schedule. You have some very, very interesting games. We'll have this up for majority of the show, but we basically have a lot of the teams here. Obviously each team along this side. I'm not sure if you can see my mouse. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but yeah, so we're going to be talking mainly about that. So Serge, when looking at a schedule like this, obviously we're going to look at week 1. That's the week I think that is the most interesting to most people. That's the week that everyone's the most excited about. And let's look at the first game we have highlighted here, and it's Browns Chiefs. What makes this game so special? And why is this the game we've highlighted, Serge, for this week?
Well, I think it's very exciting because I think we have two of the maybe primary contenders in the AFC this season. I think obviously the Chiefs will be contenders. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL in Patrick Mahomes. They have very, very good receiving core. They've really rebuilt that offensive line. The defense isn't terrible necessarily, but I think mainly the reason why they are so good is because of their offensive firepower. And meanwhile, the Browns, we saw them get take a huge step up, finally making the playoffs this season. And I really feel like obviously with the additions they made on the defensive side of the ball, they can be one of the more balanced teams in the NFL. I think they have to be considered potential contenders in the AFC this year. But I think the game that will really decide how close are the Browns really to testing the Chiefs will be this week 1 matchup at Arrowhead.
Yeah, this is an interesting one because like if you kind of obviously know the history behind both of these teams, at least recently. Obviously, Chad Henne broke fans' hearts when he took that championship game away from the Browns. But I think it's an interesting one, obviously, when we're kind of looking more at the schedule, because you would never think you would say the Browns are a good team. I think this team has arguably had the best offseason. I think they added so many pieces, and I think defensively, which was their problem last year and kind of what held them back, because offensively, we know Baker Mayfield took a big step last year. I think if he has a good year this year, I'd say he's secured himself at least as their franchise guy, which I'm sure Browns fans are incredibly happy about. But it's an interesting one for sure. I think Serge, especially as whatever we call ourselves analysts, it's tough to look ahead when, the NFL has not started yet. We haven't seen, camps yet. We don't know who might be injured, who might not be playing. But again, it's the Patrick Mahomes. Everyone favors him. We know we have, obviously, coming off that Super Bowl, mishap, coming off that unfortunate, kind of events. But I think it's going to be an interesting one for sure, because we're going to look at a Browns team that's going to be looking to win this game, and they're going to be looking to knock the Chiefs off. Patrick Mahomes does not lose in September, has not lost, is 10-0. So I don't see them losing. But Serge, if you were to predict early predictions, obviously before, who would you have win this game?
Well, given that the Chiefs really have a lot more experience and they'll be the home team, given that the NFL is planning to have full crowds back by September, which is great news.
There we go.
I would say the Chiefs. I would say definitely I would say Kansas City. I think they have their offensive ability and firepower, I think, is too much for the Browns to handle, especially at such an early stage in the season. So I would give it to Kansas City, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Jake, the football guy. I completely agree. I mean, short and sweet. He said it. Good week 1 game. That's how you say it. It is a good week 1 game. But if we're looking more now at the schedule, let me pull it up. There are some more very good ones. And sir, just move on to a week 2 game. And if you look over on this side, we're looking again at another Browns game, or sorry, not another Browns game, another Chiefs game. And it's Chiefs now at Ravens week 2. And man, I mean, they do not have easy. They're staying, they're staying in that division, obviously, for 2 weeks in a row. Surge, is this an 0-2 start for the Chiefs? I think this definitely could be an interesting way. I mean, I think we are set up for such a start to this season because, I mean, this game could just be anything. I mean, the Ravens, arguably, I think when the Ravens are playing well and Lamar is playing at the MVP level, they're probably the best offense in this league. They obviously added Rashad Bateman, and you guys know how much I love that guy. I think he adds so much firepower. I think the Chiefs could be knocked off and be 0-2 or 0-2 to start the season. Serge, what do you think?
I mean, honestly, I think for Kansas City, it's for a team that good, just so hard for a team that good to start 0-2. And like you said, Patrick Mahomes is undefeated in September. Unless there's any key injury, I wouldn't really expect them to go 0-2 against except being against teams, besides being against teams like the Browns and the Ravens, even though I still would consider the Chiefs to definitely win at least one of those games. I would actually predict them to win both those games. Obviously, the times Patrick Mahomes has played the Ravens, he has had their number. He has had Lamar Jackson's number. And I expect the Ravens offense to improve. I expect Lamar Jackson to improve. But that being said, I still have Kansas City winning that game again against an AFC North opponent.
Yeah, I mean, the AFC North arguably is one of the best divisions now, because you really look at obviously Cincinnati are not as proven yet, I guess you could say, because of Joe Burrow's coming off injury. I mean, really, this is kind of not a make or break year, because obviously the 3-year rule, but I think it's a deciding one, because he's now coming into a year after injury, which is very important, a very bad injury, as we saw. But we're not talking about the Cincinnati Bengals. We're talking about this game. And, I completely agree. I would probably, you're never going to, there are very few people, unless you don't like the Chiefs, to predict the Chiefs to lose 2 games in a row, especially in September, as I'm going to continue to say. I don't think they will lose. I think they've added pieces. Their offensive line is automatically now one of the best in the league, adding 3 incredibly talented Tooney, obviously Orlando Brown, who they traded for. And who's the last one they got? I cannot remember. Tooney, Orlando Brown. Who was it?
Kyle Long.
Oh, Kyle Long. Yeah. So I was going to say. And obviously, because that came to a shock, especially to us, Surge, is like they left. They basically cut their 2 Pro Bowl players, arguably two of the best offensive linemen in the league. Not saying they're the best, but 2 of the better offensive linemen, obviously. And now the Chiefs always have a plan, and I would expect the Chiefs to win, but honestly, Lamar Jackson is one of the most electric quarterbacks in this league. The things he can do with his feet, and again, we've consistently been saying that we saw a little bit of a step from throwing from year 1 to year 2. He can throw it a bit better, but if he can really get that arm talent that's close to Mahomes, Rodgers, obviously Brady, he's not going to get there, unfortunately, or at least I doubt it, but he has the power. It's just, can he work on that accuracy? Can he be clinical in late games, in playoff games where we've seen him choke consistently? And obviously, it's a playoff game. It's a week 2, but I think it'll be a deciding one for both teams. I would expect this one to go down to the wire, but Serge, prediction, I would take the Chiefs. I would love to say I would take the Ravens, but I would definitely take the Chiefs in this matchup.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Let's now move on to a week 3 matchup. And this one was a tough one to kind of talk about. We'll bring up the schedule again. But Serge, Colts Titans, looking at this week 3 side of things. Obviously, divisional matchup. What are we looking from here quarterback wise from two, not new guys, a new guy and an old guy, but what are we looking for, especially in a pretty critical, not critical game, but I think another deciding game at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, I actually would say it is a somewhat critical game considering it's a divisional matchup and it's between the two teams that will likely win the division. One of these teams will likely win the division. I think it'll be obviously a couple huge new faces on the offensive side of the ball for Tennessee Titans. Obviously, Julio Jones, for the Indianapolis Colts, Carson Wentz, and I think they both. We're going to see who has really a big impact early on in the season. I think Julio definitely will. Carson, I'm expecting also to have a very to bounce back and have a pretty good season with the Colts. But I think it'll be a very decisive matchup, especially considering both teams, in my opinion, have massively improved. Titans obviously went out and got some help on the defensive side of the ball. Obviously drafted Caleb Farley, got Bud Dupree in free agency. The Colts, like I said, obviously I think they got Eric Fisher, who may not start the season, but he will eventually contribute that offensive line, which is already very, very good. They have on the receiving core, we're going to see, can Michael Pittman make a step up? Really?
Yeah.
T.Y. Hilton, can he still be that number one guy? So it's going to be a lot of storylines that I really expect this to be a very important game in the AFC South.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I completely agree. I always love to see Colts Titans, a matchup that consistently brings points. And I now think defensively, I think the Colts just have such a, so much more dominant of a defense. But I mean, at the end of the day, the Titans have a very good defense. Obviously bringing in Caleb Farley in the draft, kind of taking a risky pick, I guess you would say, injury prone Caleb Farley. But if he can plan out, this guy's an athletic freak. The question is, by week 3, we'll have seen a decent amount of Tannehill, Julio, AJ Brown, Derrick Henry, the best offense we've seen in ever, right?
Titans ever.
Yeah. Yeah. And people even say best receiving duo ever. I don't agree, but obviously
No.
You have biased people in this world. The Colts, now I completely agree. Receiving core, that is not as strong. I mean, obviously not as strong, or offense is not as strong, but you have a Carson Wentz who by week 3, again, we won't see like, okay, he's definitely bad, we can't make a decision, but we'll see a Carson Wentz that has played 2 weeks with a Colts team with a defense that can win, that can get him the ball, and we'll be like, all right, going against the Titans, if the Colts defense can shut out the Titans, obviously they got, Derrick Henry mauled them last year, but for Carson Wentz, I think, again, a deciding game I think is his first divisional game. If we kind of look at the schedule here, I think it is the first divisional game for the Colts. It actually probably isn't. Where is it? Indianapolis, Seattle? It is.
Yeah, it is.
And that is a tough. I mean, if you guys can see it here, you can't see my mouse, but on team, scroll down. They play Seattle, Rams. They have 2 home games, but I mean, that is a tough. And then Tennessee, then Miami, then Baltimore. That is and then they get a break on Houston. Then they get San Francisco, Tennessee again. Then the Jets, obviously, that's an easy win. Jackson, I'm joking. Jackson. I mean, look, I would take the Colts. I think they have the defense that I'm not going to say is going to stop, but I think they'll be able to hold this Titans offense, and I think the Colts offense, obviously now with a quarterback that is serviceable. Obviously, unfortunately, Philip Rivers is too old. Jacoby Brissett proved to not be their guy early in the season. I think it's definitely I think it is a win for the Colts. I think it's a big one. But again, sir, it's like we've been saying, this is a critical game. I think whichever team wins this game is going to not only have the upper hand going into it, but I mean, the Colts have a tough schedule. If you can get a win in the division in this game, it'll be huge because you peg the Titans down one. The same with the Titans. I mean, Serge, quickly before you jump in, I just want to look at what is a Titan schedule. Where are they? Tennessee. Where are they? Tennessee play.
But that's good on the bottom.
Yeah, let me just move this. Tennessee play Arizona, Seattle, Indianapolis Jets, Jacksonville, Buffalo, Kansas City. That's a tough Buffalo, Kansas City, Indianapolis, Rams, New Orleans. There are a lot of tough schedules. But I would give the upper hand here to the Colts. Surge. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, actually, I would give it to the Titans because Carson Wentz will still be in this new Colts offense, and I think obviously he doesn't have the same weapons as Tannehill does. The Colts have a better defense, in my opinion. I think they're very strong on that. I think they're very strong on that side of the ball, but I would still give Tennessee the edge considering they did win the division last year. They did beat the Colts last year, and I think the Titans have gotten stronger. Convincingly, yes. And I think the Titans have gotten stronger. So for that reason, I would actually give the edge to Tennessee. And
yeah, this one, I think at the end of the day, this kind of comes down to which team do you kind of like more, because I think each team, you look at it, great offense and a great defense. At the end of the day,
Tennessee wins.
Sure, this is a good question. If a team has a really good defense or really good offense, which team wins? The team with a good offense, a good defense.
I mean, nowadays I'd say good offense, considering how much how important an explosive offense is. Because I don't think you can. It's not really, even like 5 years ago, you could probably win with like an average offense with a very good defense. I don't know if that's the case anymore. So I would say I'd much rather have a good offense than a good defense. Although good defenses are very important. You can't win the Super Bowl without a bad defense.
But I mean, Surge, I don't even know if that's true, because the Chiefs beat the Niners. I think that's literally a prime example of a good defense, a good offense. And the Kansas City Chiefs have not really had a a good defense.
Yeah, but their defense was okay that year. It was like top 10, I think, in like points allowed.
I mean, all right, maybe. But I've never been a huge fan of the Chiefs defense. I don't think they pay enough time. Again, they've made 2 Super Bowls in a row. So at the end of the day, what do I know? But yeah, all right. 2 different opinions. I would always take defense because I'm a defensive player whenever I play sports. So I always think defense is more important. But nevertheless, all right. Week 4, Serge. Let's go back to this great transition. Boom. Now back to the schedule. Serge, you see this on your screen, right?
I see it.
Okay. So week 4, Serge. What's the game? I mean, you got to know what the game is, or do you not?
I mean, yeah, of course I know.
You do. Okay.
It's Tampa Bay at New England. It's obviously going to be probably one of the games of the year, and for obvious reasons, I think it will be, because even if it ends up like 0-0 or something like that, it's Tom Brady going into Foxborough, where he used to play for like 20 plus years.
Nuts.
And it's in a different uniform. It's gonna be like a stab in the heart for Patriots fans. It'll be very difficult for them to see Brady playing for Tampa Bay and winning a Super Bowl the previous year. So, and the Patriots, obviously, who knows? Maybe Cam Newton doesn't have a very good start. What if Mac Jones is playing? That adds to the storyline. The replacement for Tom Brady against Tom Brady, who will be 44. So,
Jesus,
it's gonna be. I think that's gonna be a.
That to me, I'll never understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I mean, Serge, we obviously did. Funnily enough, we were the 2 people who recorded the schedule breakdown, so it's very perfect that we are now doing this. But I mean, what can you say? I mean, storyline of the NFL ever. The best quarterback, the best player in the league, to go back to probably the best coach in the league, go play his old team and it would have been, Serge, I think it would have been drastically different if this was in Tampa Bay.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
But the fact that it is in obviously at Patriots in New England, I mean, the storyline there is absurd. I think right now, obviously, this is the best game of the season right now. Will it be? I don't know. I think it will. But you're looking at a Patriots team that, and Serge, we were talking about, I completely remember saying this. What if Mac Jones is starting week 4? We've seen him right now in OTAs play a lot better than Cam Newton. What if Mac Jones is starting? By week 4, you've seen a good bit of teams. You've seen a decent. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's very early for a rookie quarterback, especially if came in, which he probably will be week 1 starter. But the thing is, considering Mac Jones was drafted as probably like an early guy, he'll start early. I mean, it wouldn't be incredibly surprising to see him play week 4.
I think he will. I think he will.
I don't know, but it's definitely
Yeah.
a chance.
And then obviously Patriots defense that has consistently been pretty good. Obviously last year was a bit of a slouch, but you still went 7-9. If you really look at the Patriots roster last year, that was kind of a miracle for them to go 7-9. It was just unfortunate. It just was not a good team. They did not have very good receivers. Now you go and get 2 tight ends. That's a thing now, I guess.
Yep.
Look, Patriots are good. Buccaneers, I'm taking every day though. I'm taking the Buccaneers. And sure, the thing is like, oh yeah, but Patriots have home field advantage. Guess who's played there for 20 years? The quarterback you're playing against. So I don't see a home field advantage being a problem, especially for the most important player on the field being Tom Brady. I think it's a Buccaneers win, and I would say it won't be close. I mean, everything on this Buccaneers team is good. Offensive line is good. Defense is amazing. Offense is amazing. I think this is the most rounded team in the NFL. Obviously, Super Bowl winners. And yeah, the storyline that they were Super Bowl winners just adds to it. But I would probably take Buccaneers in this one.
Yeah, I would also go Buccaneers. I don't think it'll be a blowout though, because I think Bill Belichick has a much better team this year than last year, and I don't think he'll let the Patriots get humiliated by his former quarterback. And now people are trying to question, did Brady make Belichick? I don't think he'll let like Tom Brady come to his house and like get an easy win. So I think they'll make it tough, but I still think it'll be it'll be a Bucs win.
Moderator Mike, how are you doing? Good to see you. All right. God, I mean, we could talk about this for days, Surge. This could be something we talk about for hours. Obviously, we will not. But let's move on. Surge, what are we gonna do right now?
Now you gotta go back to the schedule.
Back to the schedule.
There you go.
Surge, I'm gonna print this out. I love big spreadsheets with many colors. All right, week 5. We're going back again. Bills at Chiefs. We revenge tour for Stephon Diggs. Obviously embarrassed. The Bills were manhandled after looking actually like very, very likely contenders against the Chiefs. Surge, what's the breakdown from analyst Surge on this game, Mr. Kadali? What do you think?
I think it's similar very to the Browns. Can the Bills step up and maybe be that contender to the Chiefs? I think that's going to be probably one of the very important storylines. Obviously, we saw last time that the Bills got absolutely destroyed at Arrowhead. It's going to be at Arrowhead again, probably even harder because it's going to be at full capacity. The Chiefs will be fully healthy. Mahomes will be fully healthy, which he wasn't for the AFC Championship. And I think it's going to be very, very difficult for Buffalo. I think they can win. I think they can win.
Yeah,
but
I'd agree.
I don't see that the Bills made any huge adjustments, huge changes to the roster to really put them over the top, similar to what Cleveland did, which is why I feel like it's Kansas City here, and then I'd say Buffalo and Cleveland here. So I think that's why. So I would give it to Kansas City. I think Kansas City won't go undefeated this season. They'll lose a game, but I think if I was gonna predict, every game that I'd predict, I would probably predict the Chiefs, because especially at home, every game at home, I'd probably predict the Chiefs because it's just too hard to pick against them, considering how strong of a roster they are, especially on the offensive side of the ball. And given that we've seen that the Browns and the Bills, are good, but we don't know yet, are they legit challengers to the Chiefs?
Yeah. I just think the storyline for the Bills is like you're kind of the same team as you were last year.
I mean, improvements can be made, to be fair. Players can improve.
No, yeah. I think, first of all, I'm so happy, so excited to see Davis. Why am I not forgetting his first name? I just forget players. Davis. Gabriel Davis. I don't know what, it makes me sound like I don't know players. I do. Gabriel Davis. Gabriel Davis, we saw this guy really, I think, is a sleeper, especially if, we don't do fantasy as much anymore, but fantasy, I think this guy's gonna be great. I think he's proven to Josh Allen he can be consistent catcher of the ball. I think at the end of the day, Stephon Diggs wasn't being overworked, because that's not the right word, but Stephon Diggs was like consistently, we're down, just throw it to him, throw it to him, throw it to him. And I think Gabe Davis, when he was given the ball, was a playmaker, scored a ton of touchdowns as a red zone threat. And again, reminds me of that kind of Mike Evans. I wouldn't go as far to say Julio Jones. I don't think he has that athleticism, but that just tall receiver that can make plays. And I think he'll make that jump from year 1 to year 2. I think we're going to see a kind of improvement. Again, I mean, they didn't get Travis Etienne. They get Gregory Rousseau, who's a project and won't really make an impact year 1. Raw talent kind of guy. If you can put Gregory Rousseau in a year or 2 years, 3 years, he pans out, this guy could be top 5 defensive lineman in the league. I don't think he'll make a huge impact. And I believe they got Carlos Basham out of Wake Forest.
Yes.
I think that was a good pick. Again, you kind of double up on positions. I think they needed defensive line. But again, I mean, if you put a workhorse running back into a Bills offense, they become so much better because you have different facets. If you get Travis Etienne who can catch the ball and run, and then you obviously have Singletary and Zach Moss, who are great catching, can even play in the slot. It's just this offense has so many more facets, so many more. It's more, there's so many more threats. To me, right now, the Bills kind of look like a drop back. Josh Allen uses gigantic arm and try and find someone open, and if he can't run, Zach Moss and Singletary are unfortunately too small to be a number 1 backs. I mean, Singletary showed he could be, but at the end of the day, no one's going, all right, Singletary is a top 10 guy, top 15 guy.
I wouldn't say too small. More, I feel like doesn't possess the attributes like vision, like strength.
But I wouldn't even say that. I think Singletary has a ton of vision. I just think he doesn't, and he has strength. I mean, unfortunately,
maybe not the running IQ really to like
I'm
find the proper like the patience, the hesitation, the ability to see out blocks. I think he's a decent running back, but he isn't number 1 material. I think Buffalo are going to probably favor a running back by committee, but will that work and provide an actual strong running game?
But it's a running back by committee. That's the same committee as you had last year. And that was unfortunately in the playoffs. If they had a running back, it would be so much different. We saw the Chiefs secondary that really just wasn't that good somehow become, the Seahawks, the Legion of Boom Seahawks against the Bills. But Serge, we're going to do the great transition. Look where we back are. We're going to look. We're not switching games. I want to see the Bills, what their schedule is like. I'll quickly move the banner down here. Where is
Buffalo? They're at the top.
Miami, Pittsburgh, Miami, Washington, Houston, Kansas City, Tennessee Titans. I always have bye, Miami Jack. So I wouldn't say the toughest of schedule, especially the ones we've kind of been talking about recently.
Yeah.
But then if we look at the Chiefs schedule, Kansas City, where's KC?
After Jacksonville. So you got Cleveland, Baltimore, Chargers, Philadelphia, Buffalo, Washington, Tennessee, and not another one. Giants, Green Bay, Las Vegas. That's difficult, but I wouldn't say like impossible, especially for a team as good as Kansas City.
Yeah. No, I would agree. But all right. Prediction, Surge. I'm going Chiefs again. I mean, it's just so hard for me to consciously go against them. But I would go Chiefs.
Yeah, I would go Chiefs too.
Yeah. I think again, if it's in Buffalo, different story. It's not. But let's go back to the schedule. It was my favorite transition ever streaming. All right, week 6, Surge. We got Seahawks at Steelers. Haven't talked about Steelers that much. And Surge, I think we should address why we're not talking about that much. We're predicting a big drop off from them this year. Why do you think that? Obviously, what's kind of your prediction looking at the Steelers and what, especially this game going against a disgruntled Russell Wilson, week 6. And by week 6, we've seen teams enough where we're like, okay, this team is good. This team's bad.
This team might be good. This team has a chance to be bad. Yeah.
Exactly. What do you think?
Storylines will definitely emerge. And I think the problem is the Steelers really, I think their offense is just going to get weaker and weaker. That defense will remain good, but Bud Dupree is a huge loss. I like Alex Highsmith, and I think TJ Watt will be as good as ever, but I don't think they have also very good depth on the defensive side of the ball. So I think if they get a couple injuries like they did towards the end of last season, they could be a real problem to.
You see what happened to the Browns again.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like with Pittsburgh, obviously Ben Roethlisberger, we saw a significant decline last year. I think it'll continue as he turns 39. Clearly isn't in the best of shape. That offensive line is my biggest concern, though. It's obviously lost a lot of pieces on that side. A lot of players have gotten old. Villanueva, I don't think he's been re-signed yet. He hasn't had a new deal. I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
And Marcus Pouncey also retired. So obviously, the Steelers' offense line has been very good in recent years, but I doubt that will translate into 2021. So I think they'll still be okay. They won't be bad, but I don't think they'll be very good either. So, but I still think since it's Seahawks Steelers, two traditionally very good teams, especially in the last decade, I think it still has to be a game to watch, especially in primetime Sunday night.
Yeah, and something to me, it was just so like I was like, why is Ben back for another year? I mean, I thought we surely saw the end of him after that embarrassing performance against the Browns at Heinz Field.
To be fair, he did set the record for most completions. So
nice. I mean,
no,
I'm not taking that away from him, but like he unfortunately was not great. This guy was just not a good quarterback. I mean, this guy, he's very good. He won Super Bowls, obviously, blah, blah, blah. And Serge, I'm sure your dad does not like me talking about this, but like, I just don't see a Steelers, as you said, I don't see a Steelers offense like this. You get Juju back. I mean, you obviously have Najee Harris. So I think the offense won't struggle as much as people think, because at the end of the day, you have a lot of weapons. And at the end of the day, it's like, can you get the ball to him? Dwayne Haskins, is he their savior? No. Is Dobbs? No. Is Rudolph? No. And is Ben? No. I guess we'll see. I would pump the brakes on saying that they will be below 500, even though can't say that anymore because the NFL decides to add another weekend. But I would, and again, we haven't even talked about the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks, we didn't notice, Seahawks added so many good UDFAs. They added a ton of good undrafted free agents, a lot of slept on ones at defensive end from Florida, the wide receiver from I don't remember. I know these players. I'm terrible with names. I'm just like my family is. We're not good with names. But Seahawks at Steelers. Give me the Steelers. I think it's defensive battle. I think it always is at Heinz Field. The Steelers are home. Fans are back. This is one of the tougher stadiums to play in. At the end of the day, we don't know what the Russell situation will be like. An offense that I think the Steelers can kind of suppress, and a defense that just consistently has not been good. I think the Seahawks have made decent steps. I would take the Steelers. I bet you I'm not saying that when we do week 6 predictions during the season, but I'm taking the Steelers on this one.
I think it'll be very, very tight, very cagey. I think I would actually be very close. I think Seattle are a better team overall, because I think despite the obviously the Russell situation, which seems to be resolved now, I think he obviously will stay with Seattle. Yeah, I think they are a better team, more talent, skill positions. Defensively, they're not terrible. I think they're average. But I think the problem lies really with the offensive line, which really hasn't been addressed other than a 6th round pick. They picked Stone Forsythe from Florida, who is very good. Right. He's very good, but like, I still think when you look at what Seattle really did to address the offensive line, it clearly wasn't enough. And given that Pittsburgh got one of the most ferocious defensive lines in the NFL, even without Bud Dupree, I think Pittsburgh will barely win. There'll be a tight game, low scoring, but I'd give it to Pittsburgh.
All right, sir. That might be the first one we've agreed. Actually, no, never mind. I said Chiefs, but that might be one of the first ones we have agreed on. I keep switching to this layout. I do not mean to do that. Okay. Sorry for the constant switching. I hope we don't do that. But I mean, I gotta switch again, Serge, back to
the schedule.
I mean, if you guys don't subscribe because of these transitions, I don't know what to tell you.
That's just disgusting.
Week 7. I mean, I hate you, Patrick Mahomes, but you're pretty good. So we'll talk about you again. Chiefs at Titans. Serge, at the end of the day, we probably put too many Chiefs games because we've been predicting them to win. Do we see a loss here? What's the predictions here, Mr. Kadali? You're on the spot.
I think actually this could be a game where Kansas City could lose, because I feel like obviously Tennessee, I won't say they will. I'll get to that in just a sec. But I think Tennessee, again, like I said, they have improved, which I said earlier when we're talking about the Bills. I think again that skill positions will overwhelm that Chiefs defense, which I think especially that secondary, which isn't that good. I think obviously they lost Rashad Breeland. Travarius Ward is okay. L'Jarius Sneed isn't that bad, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think Tennessee have a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball. That defense secondary, in my opinion, has improved even with losing Adoree Jackson. I still feel like it's gone. They've added a couple of important pieces, which I think will definitely help. And I think Tennessee will definitely give Kansas City everything they can handle. I feel like this could be a trap game, especially away. So, I mean, I can't predict the Chiefs to win every game. They'll lose eventually. I think if I was to predict a game that for them to lose, I would predict this game. So I'll predict.
There we
the
go,
Titans.
ladies and gentlemen. Clip it. The Chiefs lose. This is a tough one for me because, again, thank God it's not at Arrowhead. It's, you're with the Titans. I think Derrick Henry in this offense is going to cause this Chiefs defense a world of problems. That's why I think I would give this game to them. I think the defense of the Titans is what it is at the end of the day. I think they're good enough. But again, no one can really stop this Chiefs defense unless you're the Buccaneers. But they didn't have an offensive line. Let's be honest. Chiefs Titans. I'm gonna agree with you, Serge. I'm gonna give the Titans. I want the Chiefs to lose, so I'm gonna agree with you just for the sake of kind of agreeing. But I agree. I can 150% see why the Chiefs could lose. I think the Titans' offense going against bad defense. If you have a good offense and you go against a bad defense, you're gonna cause them a lot of problems. You take the ball out of Mahomes' hands, he can't score as much. You win. Titans win at home. Week 7. All right, we're cruising along.
Week 8.
And as always, guys, you can always ask any question in the chat. We can always answer. I forgot to tell you, we are doing we're going to be answering some questions at the end of the show. You guys asked us some from Instagram and stuff like that. So we'll be probably answering about 5 questions from there. But Serge, we're back onto the schedule, and let's look now at. Let's look at it. Have we seen the Titans schedule? We talked about the Titans schedule, if I'm right. Tennessee, we did not. Arizona, Seattle, Indianapolis Jets, Jacksonville, Buffalo, Kansas City. Then they play. Yeah, that's tough.
That's tough because you're going against all those teams.
Kansas City, Indianapolis,
all those teams
Rams,
except New York and Jacksonville were playoff teams last year, if I'm not mistaken. And
besides
with New York and Jacksonville, they have promising teams, especially Jacksonville with obviously Trevor Lawrence. So definitely
the Cardinals were in playoff. We're in a playoff team.
Oh no, the Cardinals weren't, but it feels like they were. They were a much better team than the Bears. They should have been playoff team.
Well, this year they're a lot better. Let's be fair. They added some 30-year-old people and overpaid them, so that's always smart. That always works out.
Obviously, I mean, I just asked the Buccaneers.
Yeah, well, that's true. You're not wrong. You kind of got me there. All right, we're actually talking about it. Funny enough, wow.
Yeah.
Packers, Arizona. Suraj Kadali, you're back on the clock. Packers, Arizona, at Arizona now. Week 8, I would say now we've seen enough of Arizona. We've seen enough of AJ Green, JJ Watt. If they're healthy, we've seen Kyler Murray here. People are predicting to be like a top 5 quarterback next year. So we'll see. Obviously, now you have Byron Murphy. You have lost Patrick Peterson. Did they draft a corner? No, I was going to say they drafted Jaden.
No, they drafted Zaven.
They drafted Zaven. That was really smart.
I think he got arrested recently also.
A lot of NFL players are getting arrested recently. I'm not sure why. Obviously, we got Frank Clark did. We don't like seeing that. But Zaven Collins, the questionable selection. Is he a good player? Yes. Was he the right selection? No. I think corner would have been. JC Horn wasn't there because JC Horn was taken at 8, and the Cardinals at 16. No, they probably had 20s maybe. I'm not sure, but Zaven Collins is a good player. And, nevertheless, Surge, Packers at Arizona. At the end of the day, Surge, Aaron Rodgers could not be a Green Bay Packer at this point.
It's very possible.
I don't know. I don't even think saying I hope not, but I don't think he will not be a Packer, if that makes sense. But what is your expert prediction on this, Mr. Gadali?
I wouldn't say expert, but I would say I think this would be a very important game, a rematch of, I think, about 5 years ago now. I remember watching this game where the Cardinals hosted the Packers in a playoff game where it was one of the best playoff games ever. It was where Rodgers threw one of those most famous Hail Marys ever, that fading away from the 50-yard line, and the Cardinals won overtime thanks to Larry Fitzgerald. So this will be, I don't know if it can live up to that, but I think Cardinals-Packers is usually a good game. I think again, if it will Aaron Rodgers be a Packer, I think he will, because I doubt the Packers will trade him, especially considering we don't really know. I don't think teams will agree on what his value actually is. And
Yeah.
in this type of game, with Aaron Rodgers playing, it'll be a high flying offensive battle. I would give it to the Packers because I feel like they haven't really lost. Actually, I mean, their offensive line won't be as good though with Corey Linsley, so that's a big loss. And I think their tackle situation really isn't sorted out either. I know Bakhtiari, but on the other side isn't exactly shored up. So, I mean, the Cardinals are like, they remind me of, obviously they're not as good, but they remind you of the Chiefs of the West. I mean, they can the Chiefs of the NFC. They can score in a flash. They have a strong arm, mobile quarterback. They have multiple big weapons like Hopkins, Green, Kirk can really showed up at times this year, and it could be a very valuable third option on a team. So this game, I would give it, I think, a lot of scoring. I'd give it to the Cardinals.
Let's go back to the obviously, man, brings tears to my eye every time I see this. It looks so good. But Arizona play Tennessee, Minnesota, Jacksonville, Rams, San Francisco, Cleveland, Houston. I mean, this is not a hard schedule if you're Arizona. Tennessee, that will probably be a loss. Minnesota, I would give probably to them. Jacksonville, I don't know. Trevor Lawrence is pretty good, so probably I would still give it to Arizona. That's 2-1. I'd say they lose to the Rams. I think, actually, no, never mind. I mean, they could probably lose after Jacksonville the next 3 games, and then win against Houston. I don't know. I don't know why every single team's schedule is hard. Obviously, we haven't looked at each one, but
I mean, there are a lot of good teams now.
There is. That's a good point. I mean, we're looking at some of the divisions. I mean, the Giants are just so good at the end of the day.
I know, right?
I'm joking. I completely agree. What's up, XP Blender? Cards have a good team. Completely agree. I think improvements. I think that's the best division in the NFL right now, because I don't see a bad team within that division. But Surge, we're moving on to another game. We'll chill with the bringing up the schedule for right now. Just for right now. But another week. All right, so week 9. Again, we're talking more the 2 MVP candidates: Packers, Chiefs. Let's break this down. Kadal, you're on the clock again. Expert analysis. What are your thoughts on this game?
I think again, it's going to be a very high flying game. It'll be tough for the Packers going against 2 of the most explosive offenses in the NFL in 2021. And I think the problem though is that the Chiefs will be a lot more experienced. They'll be a lot more cohesive. And the Packers defense, I don't think they'll be able to answer. I think the Packers offense will, and they'll score a lot of points. And that would be a very, very a tough game to predict. I feel like
1 second, XP Blender. I see your comment. Just give us 1 second, just so we can break this one down. Packers at Chiefs. I'm giving it to the Chiefs because I just don't think the Chiefs will lose at home. I don't know. Maybe they pull a Raiders and lose at home again like they did last year, but I would give this one to the Packers. Sorry, what am I saying? I would give this one to the Chiefs. Sometimes I just blank out. I know,
same.
Just saying, I don't know.
Just happens.
I would give this to, as I said, the Chiefs. It's another big game. You're seeing 2 MVP kind of alike quarterbacks. Obviously, Rodgers is not as mobile anymore, but you're looking at Patrick Mahomes, who is just incredible. People talk about him too much. I'm not going to talk about what's good about Patrick Mahomes. You all know if you watch the NFL. You're seeing 2 incredibly strong arm quarterbacks with incredible receivers in Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams. Decent backfields. I think we'll see a step up from Clyde Edwards-Helaire this year. Obviously they lost their center. The Packers did to the Chargers, and the Chiefs have a good offensive line. I would give it to the Chiefs at home. I just don't bet on them losing. Week 9, I think this is a big game. This could be a deciding game. Before you talk, let's look at the schedule. Let's look at what they have going on, because we haven't looked at the Packers one.
Yeah, I don't think we've looked at the Chiefs and not Packers.
Yeah. Green Bay, they have New Orleans. Then they have Detroit, San Francisco, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Chicago, Washington, Arizona, KC, Seattle. Oh, KC is a game. Yeah, again, I mean,
It's
just
not
not a
nah, I
very
mean,
easy record,
I
or
feel
not a
like
very easy
nah,
schedule.
I feel like that's an easier schedule because
Yeah,
I don't think New Orleans will be that good. Detroit definitely won't be that good. Sorry, but
Detroit will be the worst team in the NFL this year.
them or Houston, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
San Francisco, that'll be tough.
Throwback.
Let's go back to Green Bay.
Mhm.
Pittsburgh, again, I've already told you what I think about
Yeah.
them. Cincinnati, I think they can improve, but they're definitely not like an amazing, unstoppable team. Chicago, I don't know if Justin Fields will be playing, but I think same goes for them.
Hopefully.
They're not exactly a star-powered team.
Yeah.
Washington, decent. I think they'll win the NFC East, but they're not anything. They're not. I don't think they're up to par on offense with the Packers. Arizona, we've already talked about that in Kansas City and Seattle. Those games will be hard, but I think overall, before you get to that point, it's very manageable for me.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, actually, Bender.
Hmm.
Very good. We're glad you guys enjoy. 6 of you in here, guys. Make sure to drop a like if you are enjoying. And guys, if you can always ask questions, we'll always answer the chat. So anything you have to say.
Answer his question now.
Oh, sorry. We should answer his question. All right. What do you guys think of Cowboys Chiefs?
I think that'll actually be a very good.
Yeah, and I'm actually kind of mad we haven't talked about the Cowboys yet. Unfortunately, there's just so many good teams in the NFL. We kind of have talked about that, but obviously we'll have weekly predictions. So we'll be talking about each team. Sir, just go back to the schedule. Let's look at what the Cowboys schedule is. When do they play the Chiefs?
They play
Cowboys. Where is Dallas?
It's week
Dallas. Where is
week 11? Week 11. They play Kansas City week 11.
Where? Oh, Dallas. Tampa Bay. Oh, they have a decent. Oh, yeah, they have a pretty easy schedule after Tampa Bay.
Well, Tampa Bay. Then they have Chargers.
Chargers they could lose to. Philadelphia, Carolina,
that New
Giants. Giants, I think will be a tough one.
I think,
Minnesota.
but those games are. I think those games aren't too difficult. I think against the Chiefs, though, I think that could be a good matchup. I think Dak will fully recover. I think he'll be. And that offense will be very
Minnesota, Denver, Atlanta. I mean, that's probably 3 wins right there. But back to what were you saying?
I mean, Denver at home or away, because that's two totally different teams.
That's a good point. That is a very good point. Denver is
at home. Okay, it's at home. So I'd say that should be a Dallas win.
Yeah.
But I think the Cowboys will be one of the most explosive offenses in the NFC. I think I'm not sure about Ezekiel Elliott. I don't know if he's gonna really go back to that 1,000-yard seasons, running the ball down the opponent's defense, but I think the receiving core is amazing. Amazing. You got Amari Cooper, you got CeeDee Lamb, you got Michael Gallup. I think it's probably one of the best wide receiver trios in the NFL. I wouldn't say the best because you have Tampa Bay also, and you have Tennessee. Did I say Kansas City?
Yeah, you did.
I did. But I think the Cowboys though will be very good. I think the defense is again still a bit of a problem. They did try and address that in the draft. Obviously, they did get robbed of their 2 probably first choices, J.C. Horn and Patrick Surtain in the draft. But I still think that defense is, even though they tried to address it, isn't very, very good. So, but I think that for that reason, I think Kansas City would put up a lot of points, especially considering the speed they have on that offensive side of the ball and the offensive line ability, and Dallas not really having premier pass rusher besides DeMarcus Lawrence, who didn't really have the best seasons last year. So I would say that would be. I'd say again, I'm saying this about a lot of games. I think this would be a very high scoring game because I think these are 2 of the best offenses in the NFL. Especially if Dak picks up where he left off last year before he got injured. But I would say Kansas City would win that game, but I think it will be very interesting.
Yeah, it's just, sorry, we're selling the Packers Chiefs banner. I'm sorry about that. But I would agree. I think but the Cowboys spent, what was it, their first 10 picks on defense in the draft or something. They got Michael Parsons. I think was a great pick. I think that linebacker.
They got Jabril Cox.
Jabril Cox was a great pick.
What was the nickel corner that they got?
Kelvin Joseph from Kentucky. Good pick. Raw kind of guy, kind of transferred obviously from LSU to Kentucky, but
I feel like though Slot, I was surprised they got there, but
and that was an early pick. I think that was their second
round pick.
And then it was Jabril, which was a steal, which I liked. And Van Der Esch, I mean, I think they obviously, because they said earlier
he wasn't a draft pick, but
no, I know, but I'm saying they weren't taking his 5th year option. So that's showing. I mean,
he's
obviously,
been
probably why they
very
address linebacker injury
he's been
prone.
very injury prone, yeah. So I can understand why.
And then, but yeah, so yeah, I completely agree with you. Actually, Thunder, there would be a lot of shootout games. I think the NFL is trending towards that, which I mean is interesting for fans. But you like seeing. I think there'll be some very good defensive games, but I think
Yeah, but I think the games that we're highlighting
Yeah.
are going to be mostly offensive.
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Should we go into the next game?
Yeah, let's move on to the next one where we have. Oh, wait, let's move on. Rams 49ers. We haven't looked at the Rams schedule. If I am wrong, Los Angeles.
Or the 49ers either.
Yeah.
I think the first
So-
time we mentioned the 49ers.
Yeah, so
no, we didn't.
Rams. Yeah, I think you're right. I
Yeah.
think you're right. But so Rams play Chicago, Indianapolis. That's it. I mean, that's not. Yeah, I mean, again, Chicago, Indianapolis, Tampa Bay, Arizona, Seattle, Giants is going to be a tough one. I think you have a good break there. Obviously, Detroit, Houston. Then you have Tennessee and then at San Francisco. I think it'll be surge. The future live stream would be fun. Is if we each print out this sheet and just show it, and we just go through each game and do win or loss. But I don't. Yeah. Prediction for Rams Niners. I think it's again. We're gonna see. All right, Matt Stafford. You're a good quarterback.
Oh no, bro.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone.
Hey, we got to remain professional.
Sometimes you got to break character. That was very, very funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna screenshot that later. I'm joking. I got to remember Rams 49ers. Go back to that when we get the replay. But yeah, I mean, Surridge, after that moment, let us know what you think about Rams 49ers divisional game. Stafford, again, we're going to see, okay, he's their quarterback. He's not. So what do you think about this matchup?
I think it's going to be, obviously, we've probably seen a lot of Matt Stafford at this point. We've seen a lot of the new Rams offense with the new quarterback. We'll see. Are the 49ers going to go back to being a contender the way they were a couple seasons ago? They were NFC champions, or are they going to be a bit rusty with so many of the players being out for so long injured? I think it's going to be somewhere in between, because I think a lot of people are expecting the 49ers to go back to being probably favorites with NFC, and I don't think so. I think they've lost a few very key components to that defense that was so good 2 years ago. Richard Sherman, Quan Alexander, DeForest Buckner, the biggest one, most definitely.
Yeah, damn.
And you have players like Nick Bosa, D Ford, Solomon Thomas, who were also very important players on that.
Solomon Thomas isn't on the team anymore, right? Didn't he?
He left. Solomon Thomas left, but who have also missed so much time with injury that we don't know. I mean, they'll probably be still great players, but they might start off a bit rusty. They might not be the same player, at least for this season. So I think it's a very important game for the Rams. I think this could be a very important game regarding the division, considering I don't think the Seahawks are very particularly very strong. So in this game, I would actually predict the Rams to win because I think they're better offensively, and defensively, I think I'd say maybe a tiny bit worse, but I still think the Rams are very, very formidable side on both sides of the ball. So I would give it to LA.
Yeah. The 49ers defense is not going to be as good as people think. And if I'm wrong, that will be bad. But I mean, cornerback wise, they don't really have a very good corners. They obviously signed Tony Jefferson from the Ravens, a safety. Recently,
Jason Verrett has been decent.
Jason Verrett has been good, but not that kind of cornerback one guy. Richard Sherman. At the end of the day, Richard Sherman could be back in San Francisco. He still has not made his choice. I think I made a video about him, like his potential destinations. I think he was choosing between the Seahawks, Saints, and Niners, I think 2 months ago, and he still has not chosen which team he wants to go to.
Yeah.
But this one, again, I like the Rams. I think the Rams are going to be Super Bowl contenders this year. I think with now a very, very good quarterback, top 10 quarterback. Obviously, check out Surge's top 10 video if you haven't yet. But yeah, I completely agree. You're looking at, I think Cam Akers is going to make a huge step. I'm so excited to see Cam Akers. Probably my most, besides Saquon, my most but the guy I'm going to be the most focused on for next year. And then wide receiver wise, you obviously have Tutu Atwell, who you drafted, who I think is going to be very good. Deshaun Jackson, who you brought in. You obviously have Woods. You have Cooper Kupp, who's one of the more underrated guys. You have Tyler Higbee at tight end. I'm not good with the first names. I know the last names. But yeah, I think it'll be a good one. Did we look at the 49ers schedule? Let's just quickly check. Did we?
I think so
San Francisco we didn't. Sorry. So Detroit, I mean, the first two games should be pretty easy.
That should be easy wins.
Green Bay,
Seattle, Arizona. Green Bay, Seattle, Arizona, those will be difficult.
Tough. And then Indianapolis and Chicago. I mean, that could be
I
Yeah.
mean, to be honest, I think after the first 2 games, it gets very, very
Yeah.
difficult. So
Then you play Chicago, Arizona again. Rams that's a game we're highlighting there over at week 10. But then you have Jacksonville, Minnesota, which is another 2 wins there.
I wouldn't say Jacksonville's automatic
Yeah.
win, especially Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence. And
we're not
Minnesota's
Adam Rank.
decent.
We're not going to be like, all right, 1-12.
Hey,
No, he's
okay.
been on actually People I Know podcast, so I
Mm.
do want him to come on. So I hope if he does come on, this never happened.
Yes.
But
Factual statement.
Factual statement. This never happened. Quickly, let me come back so you can see our beautiful faces. So yeah, Rams 49ers. I would take Rams. I think again a defensive matchup. But Surge, we have another week 10 match we're talking about. Week 10's a great week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up the game. We're gonna go back to the schedule because it's just our favorite thing to do right now. But I'm gonna go to the schedule. Look, let's look at week 10.
I think we've already talked
Week
about
10,
Seattle and Green Bay and schedules.
So we have
should we just talk about the
just,
game?
Just look at week 10. You have Arizona playing Carolina. You obviously have Atlanta playing Dallas, but there are a ton of games where you have Baltimore. Where we'll highlight the best ones. You have Baltimore playing Miami. You have Cleveland playing New England. You have Detroit playing Pittsburgh. It's not a great one. You have or wait, what? Oh no, sorry, yeah. Jacksonville playing Indianapolis. That could be a good game. Las Vegas playing Kansas City. That always will be a good game. Obviously, San Francisco against Los Angeles Rams. What are some other?
Tampa
Tennessee.
Bay, Washington.
Yeah. New Orleans at Tennessee. Buffalo at the Giants. I know I'm always hyping on my Giants, but I think the Giants are going to be good next year. Green Bay, obviously, against Seattle. But seriously, going back to Green Bay, Seattle one. I almost just clicked end broadcast. Oh,
that would have been terrible.
It makes you confirm it. So thank you, StreamYard. But Serge, what is your early prediction about 2-3 months, or no, probably like 4 months out with this game?
I would say I would give it to Green Bay because I think again Seattle. I think Green Bay have a better pass rush, and again Russell Wilson time and time again this season will get frustrated with the still much below average offensive line that he'll have to deal with that he's had to deal with really since Max Unger's left Seattle so long ago. So I think it will really be. I think it's gonna be a comfortable Green Bay win.
Really comfortable?
I'd say somewhat comfortable.
I like that.
Yeah. Hold on, Kian. I have to go for 1 second. I'm just gonna. I'll be right back.
All right. Seattle at Green Bay, I think to me looks kind of just like a shootout that I don't think Seattle can kind of stay in. Obviously, their secondary, unfortunately, hasn't improved a lot. If anything, it's kind of decreased. You lose Shaquille Griffin and Shaquille. I forget Shaquille and Shaquem or Shaquille. I'm not sure. But you obviously have Pierre Desir, who's a good player. And I forgot they got another defense. Again, the Seattle defense is kind of looking like the same. Jamal Adams, obviously, you now have, who I don't think has signed the extension yet. But you have a good defense. A defense that's all right. And then they obviously, I completely forgot who they got. The Florida State defensive lineman who was supposed to be taken early. I will have to remember him, but they got him UDFA. They also got Florida wide receiver. I can't believe I don't remember them. But 2 good players, good UDFA players who should have been drafted. Oh, Marvin Wilson. That was a defensive lineman that guy was like a 3rd round possible selection, one of like the top 5 defensive linemen, although it wasn't a great defensive lineman class. And then you have the Packers, who obviously, I mean, the Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers connection is the best in the league. MVP coming off one of the best seasons we've seen from a quarterback. And I think Aaron Jones is good. I think the offensive line with Bakhtiari back will be decent. I know they obviously lost their center, who I'm terrible with names. I can't believe I'm forgetting him. But it's a tough game. But you're at Lambeau Field. I would say the Packers as well. I just think at the end of the day, the Packers have a good offense, and their defense, I think, is probably a bit better than the Seahawks. But the Seahawks offense, I think the offensive line isn't great. And I think with obviously a healthy Kenny Clark, healthy Jair Alexander, all those good, defensive players that the Packers have, I think we'll be able to cause some disruption, not only for Russell Wilson, but kind of for this organization. And at the end of the day, Russell Wilson, we don't know, but week 10 will be a deciding week. I mean, you'll already be past halfway through the season. So I think it'll be a very, very good one. Have we looked at, I don't think we've looked at Seattle's schedule yet. Let me quickly remove this banner. But if we, look who it is. Let me just talk about Seattle. Then we'll come back to this. But if you look at Seattle's record here, obviously, where is it? I cannot. Where Seattle? So they play Indianapolis, Tennessee, Minnesota, San Francisco. So right there, that could be a 1-3 start. Then they play the Rams in a tough divisional matchup. Then they are at Pittsburgh, New Orleans, Jacksonville, and then they have Green Bay. At Green Bay, I mean, Seattle don't have an easy record, and again, a team that is unfortunately a disgruntled team, if I were to talk about. But let's come back to here. Everyone, welcome Dylan Shalom, everybody. Other the Sports Scoop host, Dylan. How are you? Good to see. And Surge is back. Look at that. There you go. But Dylan, we've been talking about some record. I guess we were talking about record stuff. And Dylan, you hop in first. We're talking about this. Seattle at Green Bay. Me and Surge both have Green Bay, but like give us the Dylan Shalom breakdown on this game.
Go.
Well, it's difficult actually. What week is the game in? First of all,
Week 10.
Green Bay's got it in the bag.
You think so? Yeah.
That is Green Bay's momentum time, and that is the time where Russell Wilson falls off.
Exactly.
Based on history, this is Green Bay's game completely. At Lambeau, that's theirs.
Yeah.
However,
if
things don't pan out with Aaron Rodgers, we're looking at a different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Dylan, you have to say your classic line. What was the line when we did the playoff predictions? It was, oh my God, why am I forgetting it? It was you walk into Lumen Field. Oh my God, Serge, do you remember it? What was it? It was you walk into Lumen Field. Oh my God, why am I forgetting it?
It's you walk into Lumen Field in a playoff game and it's Seattle's game. However, it's empty.
No. It wasn't that. It was
not that.
I can't. No, it was. Oh my God, why am I forgetting? I completely. It was wild card prediction. It was you walk into Lumen Field. Oh, it was you walk into a Lumen Field and you're expecting a matchup. Oh, then I forgot. It was. It was a classic Dylan Shalom line. But all right, we both got Packers in this one. Let's move on. Dylan, I don't know if we've been watching, but our favorite transition back to the schedule here.
Watch this, Dylan.
I haven't been here, so
I unfortunately. Okay. Back to the schedule. Look at that. All right, Dylan, we're gonna let Dylan hop in. Me and Serge have been talking for 10 weeks straight.
all right.
So,
but no, like not like
not 10
like,
weeks,
not like NFL weeks, but like literally weeks. Like even live.
Yeah.
So, I figured. Yeah.
Please help. Kean has me here. I can't.
Week 11 versus the Cardinals at home.
Mm-hmm.
This is difficult because I don't know what Kyler Murray we're going to get this season.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm going to take a guess, I'm going to say it's the Cardinals' game.
Oh.
I think we're going to get a good version of Kyler Murray with good weapons in D-Hop, a rejuvenated A.J. Green possibly, a fourth-year Christian Kirk who's ready to make a step up in his career, and you have what Arizona have not had in a long time, which is a ground and pound running back in James Conner. And I think that's a very slept-on move for their offense. No one really talking about it, but he's someone who was at one point a top 10 running back in the league. And I
forgot about that.
I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back, and I'm not saying he'll be top 10, but I'm saying he can make a big difference for this team. That being said, Seattle is always good. It's hard to know if they'll be able to Arizona will be able to beat them in Seattle. But I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to Kyler Murray and the Cardinals.
Yeah, I think
it's a take and a half, Surge.
I think it's going to be a very interesting performance. I think we're going to actually see the good version of Kyler Murray because I think if you looked at the I think one of the turning points actually in Arizona's season was when they played Seattle. I think it was on a Thursday night game. They lost at not CenturyLink, it's Lumen Field. I have to get used to that. That's crazy. But anyway, though, they lost that game. And I think it was a really turning point, not just momentum wise, but I think in a literal way, because I think that was the game where Kyler Murray actually had a shoulder injury. He didn't miss any time, but you could see that he clearly wasn't the same quarterback after that game. And I think he's probably going to need after a full season, maybe rehab, and where his shoulder will probably be probably fully healed unless it's a serious injury, which I don't think it is. I think he will be one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. I'm not going to say top 5 because I think he could be. I'm not saying he can. He has like sky potential, but I don't want to go over aggressive here, but I still think he will be one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL and challenging Russ, who I think will also have a very good season with the new offensive coordinator, which I think Seattle desperately needed.
Definitely.
I think it'll be a very, very interesting matchup. I think because of the home field advantage, the fact that I think Seattle's defense will be decent this year, considering how they ended last season, I'll give it to Seattle in a close game, but I wouldn't be surprised if Arizona wins at all.
And look, I want to 150% touch on what Dylan said when you're looking at this is when Russell Wilson. That was the other game. I'm completely sorry, but but this still applies. This is when Russell Wilson drops off, and look, that's what we saw last season because we saw Pete Carroll for some reason take MVP Russell Wilson and decide, okay, we're not going to give him the ball as much. We're going to run with our injury-prone running back Chris Carson, and then just get him injured, and as well get Hyde injured.
I think that was Brian Schottenheimer, the offensive coordinator.
No, it was Pete Carroll.
It was a combination of both.
No, because if you look at it, Pete Carroll and Bill Belichick both have the most say in their organizations. As I keep knocking my water thing over and it is spilling everywhere.
Yeah, send me some water. I'm thirsty.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I have to clean that up. But I think again, you're looking now at an offensive coordinator that they 150% needed. And I think Russell Wilson, if he's having the production going into week 11, I think hopefully they're smart and don't go and run the ball with Chris Carson, who they retain this season. You're looking at, again, I think a Cardinals team that could be rejuvenated and possibly be one of the better teams in the league, a top 5 team. You obviously, as Dylan said, you could have a good AJ Green. You could have a really good, if JJ Watt stays healthy, a dominant defensive line. And if Chandler Jones is back, I think he's back. I know he had the torn pec, but I think he should be back, but I'm not sure.
Should be good.
And then you have, we've talked about it. They have a secondary that Arizona didn't really address, but you have Zaven Collins, who they took. That's what Serge was saying. I was talking a lot of NFL players have been getting arrested recently. But I would give this one. to the Seahawks. It's at Seattle. I think they squeak it out. But again, I think it's two very, very comparable teams. And we haven't really talked about DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. At the end of the day, DK could be playing obviously he'll never be playing better than Terry McLaurin, but he could be one of the better guys in the league.
I hate you.
I'm a Giants fan, so I'm a lot when I say that, it's true. It'll be again, divisional games like this, especially in the best division of the league, are always ones to watch. Again, maybe we'll change our opinions on the week 11 predictions, but now we got 2 Seahawks and 1 Cardinals, if I'm not wrong. Okay. Yep. All right, back to the drawing board, back to the schedule. We're going to a week 12 matchup, the second best division in the league, Browns at Ravens now. Dylan, we'll go back to you. Have we looked at the Browns schedule? I don't know if we have. I'm quickly going to move the banner. Where is Cleveland? Cleveland's right here. So they play Kansas City. Then they have a decent stretch: Houston, Chicago, Minnesota, Chargers. Then they have Arizona. Then they have Detroit, Pittsburgh. So they have that 3-game stretch of home. Then they have at Cincinnati. Denver. At Cincinnati, at New England, Detroit. So that's again pretty easy. Then they're at Baltimore.
Pretty light schedule. It's a pretty light schedule.
Yeah. And probably the first time we've ever said that. Me and Sir were talking about there are a lot of good NFL teams, but I think Cleveland will especially be pushing because they want this win before the bye week, especially against a division rival in one of the most competitive, in the second most competitive division in the NFL, arguably the most competitive division. Dylan, we're gonna go to you. Break down this game. Week 12, we've seen NFL teams. We know if you're good or bad. And I'm assuming the Browns and Ravens will both be, playoff contenders, arguably Super Bowl contenders. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, these teams are both going to be very good going into the last stretch of the season.
Especially.
This is going to be a must-win game for the division, to take the division. And the question isn't who's a better player, Baker Mayfield or Lamar Jackson, not who has a better team, Baker Mayfield or Lamar Jackson, Ravens or Browns. It's who's going to be more ready to win that game in the clutch. And as much as I love Lamar Jackson, I think Baker Mayfield is more suited to win an important game for the Browns this late in the season. So I'm going to give this one to the Browns.
Wow, Dylan comes in and automatically adds the heat. At Ravens, I would consistently give this game to the Ravens, especially what we've seen from Lamar Jackson, how he picks it up at the end of the season. And I know you do, Dylan. This guy is his third best quarterback in the NFL.
He is.
Over Josh Allen, which is absurd. But
Oh,
Again,
damn.
there's a lot of things we know. Tua's not that good.
Okay, no.
Stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay,
We're on a live-
we're not
having
doing
our-
this live. We're
We're not
doing
having
this
a
live.
daily argument. We're on a live
Yeah.
stream.
Yes.
Yeah,
all right.
those two have a daily argument whether or not
Yeah.
Tua is good or not.
Yeah.
We should do
I'm not even saying Tua is
Debate-
the best
debate
quarterback.
video
I'm just saying
coming
give him a
soon.
chance.
Okay, okay.
We'll
we
do a
gotta-
live stream, a debate live stream.
Oh no.
Yeah. But okay, Surge. Breakdown Browns at Ravens. Are you bringing the heat and saying that the Browns can squeak this one out before a bye week?
This is such a good game.
I know.
I
Really
don't
is.
know. I think last time we saw this game though happen, we saw a shootout that went to the very end. We saw two quarterbacks that were determined to win, wouldn't let their team lose. And
Tristan
eventually the difference was an all-pro kicker and Justin Tucker just being Justin Tucker. So
Yeah.
I think the Browns are much more improved. I think the Ravens are improved as well. I think this game could go a long way to deciding who wins the division this year. This is such a difficult game, but I think when all in doubt, just pick the home team. So for that reason, I'm going to go with the boring pick. I'm going to go with Baltimore, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if Cleveland ekes out a win.
Yeah, I agree with Dylan. I think this is probably going to be the game that wins either team the division, unless they have some incredible.
What I said.
Yeah,
That's what I said. Not Dylan.
I said it too.
Dylan said
Oh,
it.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
My apologies.
Oh, so that's yeah. All right,
My
whatever.
apologies.
But again, I mean, let's okay. I know we keep going back to schedule. I want to look at the end of season for each team and then see if it is actually that crucial of a game. Let's look at Cleveland first. After Baltimore, they play Baltimore again. Oh wow,
Oh,
we didn't even.
Whoa.
So we didn't even notice that. Okay, so they play Baltimore again. Then yeah. So they don't have. I mean, they have a huge division. They have a lot. I mean, no, I get
they have
that
Baltimore
actually changes it because they have so many more divisional games. So I
Think
probably
about
wouldn't
Baltimore,
say.
Cincinnati.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that kind of completely changed what you were gonna say. But then if we go to Baltimore, where are they? Baltimore are up here, they're third. They after Cleveland at home, they have Pittsburgh and then Cleveland.
That's a huge game.
And then
for
yeah,
you.
so so this division, they each play each other late in the season. They each play each other the last two games. They're 2 games against each other late in the season.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
super important.
I mean that kind of would you guys agree that kind of throws out that whoever wins this game.
I
wins
think
the division?
whoever comes out of those 3 games stretch alive will.
Yeah.
It's still a very important game, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
No, I think it is, but I think if the Browns beat the Ravens at home, or if the Browns beat the Ravens at home, I think they win the division because then they go back to Cleveland and I think they can beat the Ravens there. Again, I mean, it could be crisscross or the Ravens win and then the Browns win if the classic whoever's home because we know fans will be back. But I mean, no one really wants to see Tua play anyway. So
What does that have to do with the Browns and the Ravens?
What?
Okay, I'm sorry. I get off topic.
Okay. But
Um,
speaking of Ravens Steelers, should we go on to the next game?
The next game, Surge. Wow.
I know. I mean,
We don't have any. We unfortunately don't have any more banners after this one, so I'll have to make them while you guys talk.
No.
It's fine. All right.
Oh no.
Let's go back. All right, we don't have to go back to schedule. We've already been there, but not. But week 13, Ravens at Steelers. Okay, I'm gonna ask you this question: Ravens lose against the Browns? No, Ravens win against the Browns. Is this another win at the Steelers? Like, give me your breakdown that they lose and they, talk about what you think will happen if they win against the Browns. Talk about what you think if they lose and what happens. Serge, I want to go to you first.
So if they win, I think whether or not they win or lose against the Browns doesn't change what happens to this game. But about this game, I feel like the Ravens aren't really gonna be such the Ravens might not be a huge matchup nightmare for the Steelers, considering that again I've emphasized earlier when we talked about the Steelers when they were playing the Seahawks is that the Steelers don't have a good offensive line. And the Ravens previously had a good defensive line, but then they let go of their 2 best edge rushers, Matt Judon and Yannick Ngakoue. So,
Right.
And the rest of the defense is very good. The secondary is one of the best in the NFL, but the problem is the Steelers have the receivers like Claypool, Juju Smith-Schuster. Deontay Johnson is a very good at route runner. He's not very good at catching, but he's a good route runner.
That's
James
not true.
He's if you've watched Steelers,
Deontay Johnson. I don't know why I thought you said yeah.
No, he
said.
dropped so many passes. And then
Yeah.
James Washington, he's okay. He's decent, actually. I do like James Washington, but the Steelers, my point is the Steelers have the route running ability and the talent to maybe beat that Ravens secondary, and their strengths match up with strengths. So I feel like, especially considering that the Steelers defense has done a very good job against Lamar Jackson on previous occasions, and combine that the Steelers are home, I would go with the Steelers in this game.
Yeah, but Serge, I think I have to ask you, like, at the end of the day, Deontay Johnson would probably drop the ball a lot more if Tua was his quarterback.
That,
Okay, last one.
That's the last one. We are
one.
live, Kean. Come on.
I'm sorry.
Dylan can't even come back.
You
though.
have to give some comedy. I'm sorry. That was the last one.
no,
Okay,
it's
Dylan.
funny. It's funny. It's funny.
Okay,
It's also
anyway.
going to be funny when I have the screenshots that I have on my phone
And
about
we'll-
your Tua Tagovailoa takes that I have probably about 15 of them that I'll just put in a reel on Instagram.
Okay,
when he's
please
all
do.
pro
No,
quarterback.
we have to post that on YouTube. If,
we
like-
will. We will.
Okay, if Tua ends up becoming good.
You heard it here.
Okay,
right.
Dylan. But
No, yeah.
off the Tua Tagovailoa topic for the rest of the.
Because
the
we don't need to talk
live
about that much. He's not that good. So let's just get
Okay,
off.
okay. Dylan, what do you think of Ravens Steelers?
That's the Ravens game. I think Ben Roethlisberger's done. I think the Steelers' defense has been figured out without their quarterback
Yeah.
and Bud Dupree. I just said Dud Dupree. Bud Dupree. Their defensive quarterback. It's going to be really difficult for them to organize stuff. I don't know if they're even going to win 6 games this season. I think this is a
Jesus.
routine Ravens win.
This is why we love. This is why we love Dylan on the channel.
That's
I mean,
not actually that bad of a. pick, though.
yeah. Now that
I
I
can
think
see
about
that.
it,
I can see that happening.
But I know Bud Dupree. I wouldn't say Bud Dupree is the quarterback of their offense because
Their
defense.
defense.
Because Devin Bush is now, and he
That's
was
fair.
injured,
That's
right?
fair.
Devin
That's
Bush.
fair.
Devin Bush was injured the entire
Devin
year.
Bush,
if I'm not wrong.
Cam-
the leaders on the defense are Devin Bush, Cam Hayward.
No, but I can't remember. I do
Watt.
not remember Devin Bush playing last year.
No, he played for a bit. He tore his ACL, I think, against Cleveland. in the 38-7
towards
win.
ACL.
Yeah.
Right.
I think he'll still be good. He's young. He'll recover. But
yeah.
I think the
right.
issue is the issue more is that, again, just obviously him missing time with the team probably is more of an issue. And I think he'll still be one of the better players on that defense. And
Definitely, I think
he'll
it'll be.
be and going
I think
against
it'll make a lot of sense.
look, I think you'll definitely pose a big threat to Lamar Jackson, especially considering his speed from the linebacker position. And it might not be easy for Lamar to really gain ground against a player of the caliber of Devin Bush. And you also have Robert Spillane in that defense with Vince Williams. I mean, stuff.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Dylan. I think this is the Ravens game all day. I think they'll have a bit more motivation if they lose to the Browns, especially because they need. I mean, this is probably a more must-win game. But I would agree. I would probably give it to the Ravens just for the fact that I think at the end of the day, they're just a better, for the lack of a better explanation, they're just a better team. Again, when we go more into the season, it's very early here. That's why you can't take what we're saying too early, because at the end of the day, we go into week 13 and
all of our opinions will be
we could go into the season and
for all we know, by week 13 we can talk about will the Bengals go undefeated and win the Super Bowl. Who knows?
I don't think that's going to be a thing.
Yeah.
But
At the end of the day, we'll go into the season and like Tua will have thrown 3 touchdowns. Like, damn, that's great for him. Like, that's really good.
God. You got it. Oh,
I'm sorry. It's just too tempting. Like, I'm sorry. I will.
It's fair. It's hard to talk when
yeah.
your quarterback is Daniel Jones.
And that's a great point. But
you're
I'm not saying
uninvited to the function tomorrow.
no. I'm saying that I know. I'm saying that, but I'm not saying Daniel Jones is going to be good next year, and I'm not saying Daniel Jones is our franchise guy. Dylan is saying that about Tua.
I'm saying give him the benefit of the doubt for another season. We can give him the benefit of the doubt for this season, and then see if he can deliver, and then you make the decision. You don't give him. You don't
make just
the
change the
decision
title of the
after
video.
8 games that he played average.
I mean, week 13, we've probably talked about all the important games that there's happened. We can just change the title, make it Tua Tagovailoa.
We can't.
Tua Tagovailoa debate got heated. Friends lost.
We could do that.
Why Dylan is starting a new YouTube channel.
The Dylan scoop.
The Dylan scoop. Dylan scoop.
Dylan scoop.
The
Okay.
Shally scoop.
Yeah,
The
okay,
Shally scoop.
how about this? Let's
Yes.
talk Dolphins, because I mean, at the end of the day, we don't have any more banners left, unfortunately, because me and Serge basically joined this at 5 minutes before we were supposed to start and then kind of rushed. So I'm sorry, but we've been streaming for an hour and 19 minutes, so we did good enough, even though we're basically getting into the most important part of the season. Well,
I think
I mean, we could just talk. I'll
Yeah.
just let's look.
Yeah,
I thought
we'll
we
just-
put something up for. Let's just week 14.
let's put up week 14. So Arizona Rams is a great game.
Yeah.
But let's look. We haven't really talked
I
about.
want to see Buffalo Tampa. That's my game.
That's
right.
I think
Yeah.
that's
so
a very good game.
Let's talk Buffalo Tampa. I mean, that's a game and a half. I mean, that is a amazing game. Dylan.
I'm gonna give this.
I mean, is it?
Yeah,
I'm
Dylan.
gonna give this. Oh my god, I have no idea.
Yeah, where is it? Is it at Tampa?
It's in Tampa.
Ah,
And going into the hot weather late in the season, that's
I'm giving this
never easy.
Dylan, I will tell you this. This is what I was saying when we started. I do not see a sizable enough change in the Bills roster for them to go much farther than they did last year.
I agree with that in theory, but I think there's going to be a rise in production from the running game. I think there's going to be a rise in production from Josh
Receiving game, I
Allen.
would say.
I think Josh Allen is going to get even better this season.
I think he'll be the MVP. That's probably my
If
MVP.
Josh Allen gets better, then the Buffalo.
But
will.
Dylan, what I was saying is it just kind of seemed like a forced, and not as much, but it kind of seemed like a force the ball to Stephon Diggs, and I think passing up on Travis Etienne or Najee Harris.
I mean,
Travis
no,
Etienne
last year wasn't forced the ball to Stephon Diggs.
Here's the-
I mean, they had so many weapons.
and I
Here's
think
a big
Gabe Davis
thing.
will make a step. But
Here's a big theme for this team, and that rhymed, and I didn't mean for it to. And I don't want to get political. Josh Allen and Cole Beasley,
Don't talk about Cole Beasley.
there's a very good chance that they're not going to play this season.
No.
They are not going to get vaccinated.
Josh Allen is an anti-vaxxer.
Josh Allen is an anti-vaxxer.
Oh my god!
No,
Why?
they'll play. No, they'll play. No,
Is he actually? I did not know that.
I mean, no. Well, it's go vaccine. We shouldn't talk about this. Or
No,
people
this is
probably-
sir, this is not something that
It's
is
an
like,
NFL debate.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not saying
this
it's
isn't like
right.
some Deshaun Watson, and I'm not talking about, but like something like very sensitive. This is like a. I mean, at the end of the day, you should get vaccinated.
Yeah. Listen. It's common knowledge that you should get vaccinated. It's not that difficult.
Anyway,
Freedom of
though.
speech, if YouTube wants to ban me,
Okay.
that is their
We're not
problem.
going to get banned. At the end of the day, we need to be unique in some kind of way. We think if you're an NFL player, you need to get vaccinated. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, anyway, though. Back to
at
the
the end
game,
of the day,
though. Anyway, the thing is though
that makes me lose a lot of respect for Josh Allen. I'll just say that.
Anyway, though.
I'm just gonna make sure that fact is right. I
know for a fact Cole
Bro.
Beasley is an anti-vaxxer.
Obviously. But anyway, let's go.
Serge does not like talking about this. Okay.
No, I'm very uncomfortable. I can already see the subscriber count going down.
No, sir. Okay. If people who are anti-vaxxers unsubscribe, so be it. Like,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, about the game, I think they'll play. They'll play, and I think I would give it to Tampa.
Josh Allen says you should have the choice to do it or not to do it. This is a tricky situation. As of right now, I'm not going to.
Okay. At the end of the day, it could be because of some performance. I don't know if it affects because a lot of people in the Euros are not vaccinated for soccer. I know Spain.
Well, that's because the U.S. is hogging the vaccines and it's not getting to Europe.
Yeah, but okay. But also the main manufacturers are in America. So.
Yeah. Well,
all of them are, right?
A lot of the manufacturers are in.
Yeah. But all right, never mind.
All right, let's get off this topic.
Should we just go next week? Week 15.
Yeah, let's go week 15. I'm gonna say I'm taking Tampa. I would love Buffalo to win. I've always had a soft spot for Buffalo since they're in New York. But I think
I don't like Buffalo. And I don't like Tampa because they're in Florida.
Well, Dylan, we know you don't like Buffalo because Tua goes up and throws 16 interceptions against him every.
He actually threw 4. It's a very big
let's go.
I forgot. I literally said that completely forgetting that Tua played terrible against them.
That must have been the only game you watched of him all season.
No, it's not true. I saw him get it. I saw him in Las Vegas go like this with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Hold my hand.
Actually, usually when you hold hands, it's below the waist. So
okay,
it's
well,
not
I can't show below the waist because my camera doesn't go that low. So
that's why.
Okay, we'll move on. Let's go back to the
Week
schedule.
15, I'd say game of the week there. What definitely one to watch would be Seattle at Los Angeles. I think.
Why did it say Buffalo at Oh, never mind.
That's
I would
Yeah.
say. Oh no, week 15. Green
Baltimore,
Bay
Green
at
Bay.
Green Bay at Baltimore.
Baltimore,
No.
Green Bay.
No,
Green-
Dallas at Giants.
Come on, man.
Vegas are getting a win at
Come
KC.
on,
Don't want to
come
hear
on.
it.
Are you serious?
Okay. Sorry.
I mean, okay. Actually, to be fair, in the context of the division, it could be a big matchup, but like, that's
No
just
one
not. That's
cares.
just not
It's
high.
Green Bay,
That's
Baltimore.
just not high quality football.
I
Especially
hate
consider-
Tua Tagovailoa. Sorry.
Jeez.
The hatred is real.
The hatred is
You don't think this-
imagine if we got like like Tua says, hey guys, I'd really like to do we asked Tua, hey guys, we'd really like you to join the show, and then he sees
Charge
it.
that and say Kean's not allowed.
At the end
We'd
of the
be
day,
like, Tua,
at the
like
end of
imagine Dylan, imagine it's like says like, okay, I'll do like a video with you, but only if you get Kean off the channel.
I'll do that.
I
I would
have that authority.
I would say at the end of the day, if I saw Tua in person, I'm still getting a picture. Like,
Yeah, and of course.
yeah, like,
Not the only pick you're getting.
okay, I'm not sure what that means. I'm
I
gonna
don't know
pretend
what
It means
it
he's
is.
gonna throw a pick. I was making a joke.
Oh, no, okay. They're saying something much.
Yeah, deeper.
No, that's
Yeah,
oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
Not what I meant.
That's what. Thank God that's not what you meant. Okay.
Thank
Week
God
fif-
we're not monetized. So we can't get demonetized.
Kansas City played the Rams. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So we were talking about what Tampa Bay, New Orleans. That's a great game. That's a really good division matchup. Sorry, what were we talking? We were talking. Okay, Green Bay, Baltimore. Let's talk Green Bay, Baltimore. Again, I think we're seeing two teams that play phenomenal at this time of year. But Tua doesn't.
That's enough.
Okay, it's actually getting bad. It's actually like not funny anymore. I actually stopped. Okay, Dylan, Baltimore, Green Bay. Let us know.
This
Wow,
is
that
not
was
an
very
easy-
anticlimactic. Dylan was building up. He was like, okay.
Just
let's
like
I was getting ready to make a point.
that sounded a lot weirder. So let's not.
All right.
mm-mm,
I'm
mm-mm.
going to say this is Green Bay's game. And I
Really?
hate going against Baltimore twice. They're a great team. Lamar Jackson could be completely proving me wrong. And I'm not saying they're going to lose because of his lack of late game ability. And I'm not saying that Rodgers is going to be on the team. I honestly have no idea. But I'm just going to say, given the history of the players, the teams, given the history of how the coaching staff have worked, Green Bay are a late season team. Green Bay will get it done when it matters. And that's what's going to be.
Oh, Serge, I saw that.
I was just trying to-
Earlier in the live stream, Serge adjusting his headphones and just his hair he went like this. It was the funniest thing.
Speaking of hair, y'all really not going to comment on my haircut?
It's
I
good.
didn't
It's not
notice.
that bad. It's
It
not the
looks good,
terrible
Dylan. It
haircut.
looks good.
Oh god, like the Buster Boom. Oh my god, Dylan, that was the Washington one. Yeah, that was terrible. All right, so Serge, Serge, what are your thoughts on this game?
I think this is a very.
Did you forget what game we're talking about? Because I
We're
kind of
talking about Green Bay.
Green Bay, Baltimore. Okay, I remember.
Where is it? Is it in Baltimore or Green Bay?
I'll show you. Let me show you.
See,
It's
in Baltimore. So
It is with.
I think
no, it's not.
no, it is in Baltimore.
What week are we in?
15.
15.
It's in Baltimore.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Sorry,
Well,
you're right.
I think I will give it to Baltimore because I think one of the main weaknesses of Green Bay was their run defense, and it's just not good with
Kenny
a
Clark?
running team. A team is good at running the ball as Baltimore. That's a recipe for disaster. Aaron Rodgers will be off the field for a long period of time. The secondary is very good. So I think they can contain that high flying Packers offense, and that offensive line for Green Bay, it's definitely regressed. Still good, but like somewhat regressed, especially with Corey Linsley leaving. So for those reasons, I would give it
That's
to
the guy.
Baltimore, especially get at home.
Corey Lindsay. I could not remember his name from the life of me. All right. So yeah, Ravens, Green Bay. God, there's a lot of good games.
Yeah.
I have it up here on my other computer.
Is that a Kristaps jersey I see in the background?
It actually is. God, I don't have any football stuff up. That's not very good.
I got my New York Red Bull sign in the back.
The only jersey I have is a Browns Joe Hayden jersey.
I got my
idea
Tua
why.
jersey that I rock with pride.
Okay, we are consistently getting off topic. It's nothing like a The Sports Scoop live stream. If we don't get off
Yeah. I mean, no. Everyone who's watching right now, we do actual videos that usually don't get off topic. We do
Never
a
get
live
off
stream, so we haven't gotten much questions, and when we don't get questions, we get insanely off topic.
Oh, thank you for reminding me, sirs. We actually did get questions from Instagram. Let's quickly finish the schedule up. Let's go to week 17, right?
Yeah.
Week 17. I don't know. I don't know if we have to talk about week 17 because I think
Brown Steelers.
I think the only game that's really worth mentioning completely is the Rams and San Fran.
Yeah. All right. So Dylan, let us know.
The Rams are going to beat San Francisco comfortably.
Yeah, and I don't think the Niners defense is going to be that good this year.
I'm confident that, and when they traded for Matt Stafford, I was a little bit uncertain about it just because
they gave up a lot.
He's getting up there. He's getting up there in age.
He's not too old. He's like
however,
low 30s.
Sean McVay's comments recently have actually really swayed my opinion on it.
I saw them.
A coach as smart as Sean McVay has such high praise of Matt Stafford. He has to be doing something right for the system, something right with his arm talent, and I think I might be pushing it a little. This team could challenge for the division and the conference.
I agree. I think this team could challenge for the Super Bowl.
I'm not going to push it that far just because.
Well, if they challenge for the conference, that means they'll be in the Super Bowl, so they will challenge for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
connect the dot. We had to. Me and Dylan.
Yes.
A little bit slower to connect the dots there, but.
Kudai is the smartest.
Yeah. So,
well, not when I do this. So like.
Yeah, all right, but Serge, let us. Let us know. What do you think?
I think Rams. I agree. I think LA will win. I think they probably have the best chance of any team in the NFC, including Green Bay, to challenge Tampa Bay in the NFC. I think they're the most well-rounded roster. They have a very good quarterback who I think can end up being in close to the fringe top five quarterback by the end of the season, considering he will finally be surrounded by a very good team that can help him beat good teams and maybe kind of help him finally get those signature wins that we've been waiting for Matt Stafford to get over in his entire career. So I think LA will be very, very, very good this year. And I think, like I said, they'll be the team that will challenge Tampa Bay the most for the conference.
Yeah. I don't know, because like if Trey Lance is playing, I think it's a different story.
No, I think he's similar. I think to like a Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes, he'll be very, very, very average at best. I think he'll be bad. He'll be bad to average in his first season. No. He'll be worse than Tua. He'll be much worse than Tua in his first season. Trust me.
I agree with that. Tua was average in his first season.
He's above average for a rookie.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
For a rookie, no, he was.
No, he wasn't. Here's the thing. I'll defend Tua to the death, but he was average. He wasn't the 5th overall pick. He was average.
Exactly.
Next year he will make an improvement, but last season he was average.
Okay.
The Instagram comments.
Yes, let's go to the Instagram.
Yeah, let's run it. That's my new signature statement, by the way.
Oh yes, run it.
No, it's actually, huh?
Well, that's not a statement. That's a question, huh?
It's not even a question.
Huh?
Okay, one question. Let me quickly go. Follow us on Instagram at the Sports Scoop, _sports_scoop.
Yes, sir.
Let me check. Okay. Question: favorite player that hasn't gotten the Okay, wait. Quickly, I will answer that question quickly on the questions that we were. There was a record prediction question, which I actually think it was the Dolphins one. Let me quickly find it. Okay, Dolphins record prediction. I have them going. So, a graphic designer ZXZX says Dolphins record prediction. I have them going 13-4. Dylan, I'll let you hop in on this one.
Oh, I love it. So that means Tua's not going to be that bad.
Wait, what? Wait, no. I think he's joking.
I swear to God, I have them going 13-4.
I don't have them being that good. I have them going 11-6. But I love it. I love the confidence. I just knowing the franchise that we have, we're not going to be able to win that many games. I love the culture change Flores has brought. I love everything that we've been doing, but 13 is a bit extreme. I'm going 11-6.
I mean, 13-4 could be one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah,
I think that's.
I think
13.
I'm going to go, and I know I'm going to go with what I think the team will be. I think Tua will not be good, and I think they will go 8-9.
wait, didn't you just say 13-4?
No, that's what the guy who commented. He said I have them going.
Oh,
I thought it was me who said that.
I was like, yeah, I thought you thought that. I'm like,
Oh my god.
No.
Okay.
No.
yeah, that was
No,
confusing.
He said this is what I'm reading his text. He said Dolphins record prediction ? Then he said I have them going 13-4.
Oh, I thought you had them going.
No,
13.
no.
Whoever sent that, love the confidence. I love the confidence, but not quite. And you're not entitled to an opinion.
I'm not.
I'm playing.
Oh, I don't have a. No, I'm joking. All right,
Okay.
Surge, what do you have to say? Because Surge, you haven't chipped in.
I'm not a big fan of 13-4. I think that's way too optimistic. I think the Dolphins will be good, but I think the AFC is much improved. The AFC East, in particular, in my opinion, is much improved. I think they'll be good. I think they can be a playoff team. But 13-4, especially when you have you have to play the Bills twice a year.
And your quarterback is Tua Tagovailoa.
Here's the thing, though. How can you possibly say that a team that clearly improved is going to have a worse season than they did when their quarterback
Tua's playing 18 games?
Tua Tagovailoa actually won them 5 games. He played in 9.
Yeah,
right?
but there's also you also have to take into account that just because a team is a better
that Fitzpatrick
just because
he played in 9, he won 5. It would be 6.
But Dylan, the thing is that just because a team becomes better doesn't mean they'll have a better record. You also have to factor in the competition that they'll play around them. And consider that I think the competition that let's pull up the Dolphins schedule. Can you can I share screen or no? No. Damn it. Happens all the time. Okay. Anyway, I'm pulling. Okay. Can I share my screen?
Pull up the Dolphins record?
Yeah. No, it's all schedule. I want to see.
Yeah, sure. You can. If you click share screen or
I know how to do. I know how to do.
Yeah. Done. Go on.
They clearly improved. Their roster's better. They have a young defensive tackle or defensive end that could be one of the best in the league soon. Jalen Phillips, I'm very optimistic about him.
I like that pick. I do agree with
that.
They
brought in Will Fuller, and I hated the pick of Waddle, but he will be good.
How can you say that in a sentence? I hated the pick, but he'll be good.
Well, you can hate a pick of a player, but still think he'll be good.
I would rather have Devontae Smith. I would rather have probably not Parsons.
Whoa. You'd rather have Devontae Smith?
Yeah, definitely.
I would too. Anyways,
I thought you were saying. Never mind.
Okay, anyway, let's go over the record. So, game 1 against the
Patriots. We have to talk about the preseason games first.
Okay, Dolphins Bears in preseason. I could see Reed Sinnett or Jacoby Brissett leading us to a win.
Yeah. Okay,
but I wouldn't be surprised if Nick Foles goes ahead and gets them.
Week 1 against the Patriots.
I didn't talk about the game against the Bengals.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, it's just big because, they're saying Mixon could go into more of a quarterback role for them going to preseason.
I mean, hey, it's very, very possible that I could see Brendan back there as a slot receiver.
I could see Brendan Anderson throwing for the over 223 yards instead of the under 221 yards.
Yeah.
So,
and I could also, at the end, they see Brian Flores going in as that hard-hitting strong safety.
Oh yeah.
Also, I could see Tua getting some real game time in the preseason before Jacoby Brissett takes over week 1 and starts the season. I'm sorry.
Here's the thing, though.
Welcome to Tangents with the Sports Scoop.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know if we're going to be able to beat the Bengals in that game because I love the way that they're moving Justin Gates into running back.
Let's actually go.
Dolphins, Patriots, week 1, Dylan, I'll give it to you. W. I think they'll win.
I think
Bills, Dolphins,
too many few pieces. Okay.
Right.
I think too many. Let's go over.
I'll go first. Slowly. I'm more important than you guys. I'll go first.
Yeah, that's true.
Fair
go.
Enough.
Okay,
Dolphins Patriots win. Dolphins Bills lost. Dolphins Raiders win. Dolphins Colts win. Dolphins.
No, come on. No.
Dolphins Bucks lost. Dolphins Jaguars win. Dolphins Falcons lost. Dolphins Bills win. Dolphins Texans win.
Wait, what?
Dolphins Ravens lost. Dolphins Jets win. Panthers win. Giants lost. Jets win, Saints win, Titans win, Patriots win. It's 11-6.
Okay, let me see.
Okay,
I'm gonna go over this in depth. Week 1 against the Patriots, too many new pieces. I think the Dolphins will win that. Week 2 against the Bills, I think Buffalo are too talented for them. Loss. I think, and then you make the trip all the way across to the west to Las Vegas, who I think have a solid team, and they always start off well. So I'll say loss there as well. Indianapolis at home. I like the Dolphins. I think I like the Dolphins in that game. I don't think the Colts are too strong for the Dolphins. I think they're on the same platform. So I'd say Dolphins. Bucks, obvious loss there. Sorry, Dylan.
Yep.
Jaguars could be a close game because I think Trevor Lawrence and Marvin Jones also on the odd offense. But yeah, I'll give it to the Dolphins. So that's 3-3. Falcons, I'll give them the win. I don't know why you had that as a loss.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's the type of game we lose.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Broncos this year.
There are trap games, but so they're 4-3 now. Bills, that's a loss. Going to Buffalo, no. They with the crowd, no. Texans, easy win. If they don't win that, just delete franchise. Home against the Ravens,
win.
I'm gonna go loss. I'm gonna go loss.
Defense versus theirs. I'm
Ravens,
taking Ravens.
Yeah, but I take the Ravens offense a lot over the Dolphins.
And they have a quarterback.
Well, they have a running quarterback. Okay, I'm sorry, Dylan. I had to say it. But 5-5 now. Jets. I think we've improved a lot, but I think the Dolphins are better, so I'll be unbiased and I'll say Dolphins win. Panthers have also improved a lot, but I'll still say Dolphins win. Giants. They're a better team than the Giants, and they're home, so Dolphins win. Jets, Dolphins win again. Saints go to the Dome, very loud. Obviously, the Dome also traps the noise in, so it'll be a lot louder. I'll go loss there. Titans away, I'd also go loss.
Wow.
Patriots to end the season. You know what? I'm going to go loss again. I think the Patriots will get better as the season goes along. I think Bill Belichick will be out for vengeance. I'll go 9-8, which is still a solid season, but I think 13-4 is way overthinking it.
All right, Serge, now let me go. Now you're going to hear what really...
here comes the 2.
Here comes the 0-17. Okay, but you got to go into depth, Keen. You got to go into depth.
I'm not going to be unrealistic. I'm going to be 100% what I think. Okay, go up,
Serge. I'll go
Serge.
into depth after. I kind of didn't say anything, but...
Okay, Serge, go up.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot. I'm sharing the screen.
Me and Serge, me and Keen will go back to back. He'll say what he thinks I'll go.
Okay.
No. Let me do the full schedule. I need to get all my thoughts out. Then you go. Dolphins, Patriots. I like the Patriots at home. That's a loss. I'm joking. I just said they would win. Okay. Dolphins win first game. Bills, easy loss. Dolphins go to the Raiders. They lose. Colts, they lose. Buccaneers, they lose. Jaguars, they lose. Falcons, they win. Okay. I'm not going to that. Okay. Let me restart. Holy crap.
Okay.
We're saying nothing.
Okay. Dolphins, Patriots. Again, I like two.
You said you like Tua.
He said he liked
got it
Tua.
on tape.
He did it. He did.
I know it was a slip up.
I like Tom Brady. You didn't let me finish.
I know that was a slip up because I've done that before, but I have that on tape and I was
Okay, Dolphins, Patriots. I think they go in, start. Patriots have made too many changes. I think Cam Newton will probably start. I don't like him. Dolphins win. Defensive battle. Bills, Dolphins. Bills win easily. Raiders. Wait. Okay, I know this is a stupid question. Which one to show it's at home if the team's on the bottom?
I never know.
The team's on the bottom.
I never know.
Team's on the bottom.
The team on the bottom is home.
Team on the bottom is home.
Dolphins go to Raiders and lose.
Yes.
Colts, Dolphins. All right. Dolphins win. Dolphins, Buccaneers. Dolphins lose. Tom Brady's amazing. He's going to rip up this defense. Dolphins, Jaguars. Dolphins, Jaguars. Close game. Trevor Lawrence has his best game of the season. Beats them.
Ooh.
Falcons, Dolphins. I'll take the Dolphins at home. I think Matt Ryan is okay. And I think, the Dolphins have the cornerback depth and the offensive depth to beat a Falcons defense. Dolphins, Bills, give me the Bills at home every single day of the week. Texans, Dolphins, as you said, Dolphins need to win this game. Ravens, Dolphins, give me the Ravens. I think the Ravens have a better offense, a better defense.
4-6 at this point.
Dolphins, Jets. I'm going to take the Jets at home. I think Zach Wilson plays very, very well. And I think that this we're under playing the Jets. The Jets have a very good receiving core.
A lot better, and
they have an offensive line that is very powerful on the left side. A defense that isn't great, but I think the Dolphins' offense again. I don't think Tua is going to be able to do as much as people think. Okay, that's a loss.
I don't think people think anything, so he's going to do more than
I think Sorry, I'll say
Yeah.
say one quick thing about the Jets. I think I do have the Bluesy, but I think they'll give the Dolphins a very hard
Yeah.
time. We're so much of a more
Yeah.
improved team.
Yeah. Panthers, Dolphins. I like the Dolphins. I think the Panthers will be all right. Giants, Dolphins. I think it'll be a tough one. I like the Giants. I'm gonna go with Dylan. I like the Giants in this game. Jets, Dolphins. Jets, Dolphins. The Jets beat them again. The Jets back. I'm not joking.
Okay.
I'm joking. The Dolphins win. I think that one's convincingly. I think the Dolphins come back from an embarrassing loss to the Jets and win that one by a lot.
Okay.
Dolphins
So 6-8.
in the dome against the Saints. I don't think they'll have a great quarterback option. I'm going to go with the Dolphins in the dome. Dolphins at Titans. They lose against the Patriots at home. I think they win that.
So 8-9.
8-9. That's what I said.
All right. Here's my thing. All right, go Tom.
Okay, go
Serge,
Tom.
you know what's so funny? I wasn't even counting how many I thought win and lost, but I still got it right. Like
Let's
good.
go.
All right.
So should we stop after this? Because it's
Yeah.
almost getting close on 2 hours.
Dolphins,
Yeah.
Pats. Dolphins have a better roster in my opinion, and it's more in sync together. Patriots have a lot of new pieces. Dolphins win. Dolphins, Bills. Bills have a better roster. Josh Allen's gonna wipe us.
Yeah.
Bills.
Physically.
Dolphins, Raiders. The Raiders are completely dysfunctional at this point. They drafted
3 games in, they're dysfunctional
No,
already.
no, I'm just saying this offseason they did nothing. They lost a good receiver. They didn't replace him.
They drafted Alex Leatherwood.
Yeah, they drafted Alex Leatherwood.
They got Yannick
Solomon-
Ngakoue.
They got Solomon Thomas and Yannick Ngakoue.
They've done nothing to improve their
They got
team.
Kenyon Drake.
That's
That's
nothing.
That's three
Yeah.
good pieces. Come on,
Yeah.
Dylan.
They've done other than Yannick Ngakoue and Solomon Thomas, I guess, but I wouldn't expect anything this year.
Yeah.
They've done nothing to improve their team. Derek Carr's a year older. Give me the Dolphins.
Dolphins are also clinical against the Raiders at the Raiders.
Mhm.
Colts, Miami. I'm giving this to the Dolphins for the sole reason that I have no idea what Carson Wentz we're going to get, and I'll take my odds on we're getting the bad one. Dolphins, Bucks, Brady and co. kill us. Not really anything we have to see.
Take your time with the Jaguars game. I need you to seriously think about this.
I was very, very comfortable, but then I saw the time. It's in Jaguars Mania in London.
Oh,
That might be a problem for Miami.
Right, that is a London game. You're
I'm
right.
still going to give it to the Dolphins just because I think we're better, but that is something to think about. It is a lot of pressure on us there.
Also, to be fair, it's not in Jacksonville, so I think it's not. It's at but it is probably gonna be more Jacksonville fans, right? Yeah.
No. 4-2. Then.
Based off Seb Talk Sports, who we've collabed with, who I know is a Jacksonville fan in England, I'm just gonna say there's more Jacksonville fans there.
Yeah.
I mean, because England is such a bigger place, London
Yeah.
especially such a bigger place than Jacksonville.
Yeah.
All right.
That's 4-2.
Falcons, Miami. This is a trap game. This is the game that we lost to the Broncos this year.
Yeah, but I
Same
think the
exact-
Broncos was more because of like away Denver altitude. That's a huge.
This is the game that Atlanta come after losing 2 in a row, throw the ball to Calvin Ridley for 300 yards and destroy us.
300. Oh
obviously over exaggerating, but they kill us there.
Okay.
Now, coming off a very, very tough win against the Jags and a bad loss to the Falcons. I'm saying we get blown out. We come up strong. Halloween, we beat Buffalo in Buffalo.
I actually don't hate that pick. I would be someone who, depending on how each team's playing, I think I could give that one to the Dolphins. So I'm not too mad about that one.
Nope. Halloween, it's starting to get cold in Buffalo. After in the warm weather, it's too much of a difference.
It's probably snowing. It's probably snowing in Buffalo.
No. Early November it'll start.
The defense we have, the possibility that Matt Barkley will be their starting quarterback this season. I'm not going to disrespect him because he did actually.
I was going to say
he killed the Jets, so I can't say anything bad about Matt Barkley.
Moving on, I'm just going to give us a surprise win over the Bills.
So 5-3.
Okay.
Yep. Nothing to explain.
Don't even say that team's name.
The Houston Texans will get killed.
Yeah,
Prime time.
Poor Texans.
Under the lights.
Hey, Texans fan. I feel for you.
Here's the thing. Prime time under the lights.
Sure. Let's get that just so you're in frame. Let's get that again.
I feel for you, but Texans fans. I mean, I know the pain. I mean, not as bad as you guys. I mean, like you guys are totally screwed. Like Like, I mean, like, it's not like just like you're bad, but like you have no future either, which at least is like we could say, hey, never next year. But like technically, like you were absolutely destroyed. You have no chance of being good in the next 5 years. But I feel for you.
I mean, hey, you have Davis Mills. Yeah,
and Tyrod Taylor's his mentor, which we know leads to good things.
Yeah.
No, now we just gotta get the the needle, and we gotta get the doctor, and
all right.
Oh god.
Oh god.
That turned a corner very quickly.
All right. Dolphins. Ravens.
So what's the record now? What's 6-3? That's
6-3.
crazy. No way.
Under the lights, quick turnaround, defense versus defense. I'm taking Miami.
Okay, Dylan.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Listen, and this is why. I kind of said I like our defense better. Quick turnaround for us against the Texans, where we get to rest our guys in the third quarter and the fourth quarter after we start destroying them.
Disrespect, jeez.
All right.
Disrespect.
And I honestly think our receivers are good enough that we can have a vertical threat that they won't be able to watch out for Gesicki, which will kill them.
Gesicki's very good. I do like Mike Gesicki.
Dolphins, Jets, not much to explain. We're better.
Oh, wait.
Dolphins are 8-3.
Wait, guys, big news.
What?
The charges, the domestic abuse charges for Darius Geis were dropped.
Oh, damn.
Oh, so where's he going to end up?
I don't know. They'll probably get signed.
To be fair, is he really that important?
Darius Geis was good.
No,
he's good, but like he came off a torn ACL, hasn't been in the league for a little while now.
Yeah, but he has time to rest. I don't know. I think a team will get him.
Russ is
I think someone will sign him. We'll see what happens there.
I mean, I guess he could be a key third contributor running back on an average team, but like,
I would love to see him go to Buffalo.
8-3.
No, I wouldn't want 8. That's crazy. There's no way.
Now you're getting
now you're pushing it.
Listen. You see the schedule we have ending the season. 8-3 against the Panthers. That's a loss.
You're picking the weirdest games to lose.
No, listen to me quickly. I like the receivers they have. I like the tight end. No, I don't. I don't know what I was saying. I was thinking they have Pitts for a second. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Okay. I like McCaffrey back. I like the young defense. And I think there is a game where Tua is going to screw up. And it'll happen. And it will be after their easy win against the Jets. He'll think about reads differently.
It won't be an easy win. It won't be an easy win.
Momentum's a problem.
Wait, what game are we on?
Now they're at the Giants. They're 8-4.
They're at home against the Giants. They're at home against the Giants.
Yeah. Now momentum's a problem. You just lost to the Panthers. Heads are down.
You lose to the Panthers. What is
I don't know why are they losing these games? Like,
yeah, Dylan, what is wrong with you?
Like,
so you have them lose 2 home games in a row against the Panthers and the Giants.
That just doesn't make sense. Especially late in the season when
that is the type of game that the Miami Dolphins will lose.
No, like when it's the games that the Dolphins win is at home.
Because good teams lose to bad teams all the time. You guys are bad teams.
I get
so
that.
You have to try to win against the good teams. But we have to pick our battles, and we'll go and beat a good team. But then we'll lose to a team like those teams. And I've said team way too much.
Okay, then why are the Jets are a bad team? Why don't you have them lose the Dolphins losing to the Jets?
Here's the thing: there's a difference between a bad team and a terrible team.
The Jets have improved so much.
The Jets are not a bad team anymore in my book. The Jets.
They're below average.
Really cares about your book.
They're below average.
Well, Dylan, you know what?
You have two as a good. You have two as a potential good quarterback.
I will post a picture of you bald. No context on our Instagram.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, 8-5.
Dude, when it's your birthday, I'm posting that. I'm not even joking.
8-5 against the Jets. I am assuming this is a win.
That's a win.
Away against the Saints.
Loss.
Yeah,
Prime time. Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Loss.
At Tennessee.
Win.
That's not a win.
It is a win. It is a win. And I'll tell you why. Tennessee Titans are becoming the most quickly overrated franchise because they brought in one more receiver.
I'm not even before then. I think
the Miami Dolphins were better and are better than the Tennessee Titans.
They're just not.
They won 10 games last year.
Wait, so he's saying you're beating the Titans, Dylan? You're not.
And then you beat the Patriots in the last.
It's not just that; they've also improved on the defense side of the ball. They've gotten a real pass rusher in Bud Dupree, Caleb Farley in the secondary, obviously Julio. And their offensive line is very solid as well.
And a literal tank at running back.
Yeah, like come on.
Yeah,
who
but
could-
you're giving him the ball 30+ times.
No,
for
you don't
two
need to when you have two of the best
No.
receivers in the
2 seasons
NFL.
straight, you've given him the ball 30+ times.
Yeah,
Now,
it
if
works.
you start to do that, I think there's a problem where he can get injured. There is a very strong
No,
possibility.
he won't get injured. I can see him like having a drop-off season, but he won't get injured. He's
No,
such a.
what do you
he's
mean
a
he won't get
tank.
injured? He's gotten the ball for almost 60% of their
You
offensive
see
plays for
how
the last 2
how
seasons.
big he is, how strong
Unless
he
he's
is.
taking steroids, he's not. There's nothing to avoid his
Derrick
injury.
Henry definitely is not taking steroids. He's just physically a
He's just
not.
built
No, I know.
different.
Yeah,
Unless he's taking steroids, there's a very strong possibility with his heavy workload he gets injured.
he's
I
had
said
a heavy
his
workload for
workload-
every
his
single year in the
His
season.
workload, it won't be as heavy this year, especially with.
Yeah.
I agree with that, but it'll still be a heavy workload. It'll go from 60% to 40%, and that's still a lot of carries.
But if
That's
he's
what I
been
think
able
it
to
was.
do it, Dylan, that doesn't make like math wise. That doesn't make sense.
Anyway,
I'm not
it
very good at
doesn't.
math,
It
so you're
doesn't.
probably right.
Neither am I. But
Okay. Anyway, Dolphins Patriots. We can go to the last game.
Late game, win 11-6, get that wild card spot.
Just no.
late game. It's at 1
I mean,
p.m.
honestly,
Late game in the season,
Okay.
last-
So you have them go what?
I mean,
11-6.
I would have them going 9-8, but the funny thing is, the games that you have them losing to, those are the few games that I have them winning.
Yeah,
And
Dylan,
the
you're
game that
scared.
you have them winning, I don't understand why you'd have them winning.
Yeah, Dylan, I'm not quite
All
sure
right,
what's
we'll
going
see.
on.
We will see.
Kian, do you want to do a Giants prediction or no?
Sure.
I gotta head off, guys. So.
Okay. Nah, Dylan, you gotta stay on for it'll be like 5 more minutes.
All right.
Okay.
Giants. Okay, should I just do it and then?
Yeah, you just do it, and then I'll do a Jets one, but like make it quick.
Yeah, quick.
Oh,
So
nah, yeah. I'm not. My brother would be interested in this. He's
Yeah.
a big baseball fan.
the
Although the
baseball
San Francisco Giants have been very good this year. They're actually
yeah,
beating the
I hate baseball.
I
We're
don't
not
follow
talking about
baseball.
Yeah.
at
They're
all.
beating
Yeah.
the Dodgers in the NL West, so I guess
Yeah,
that's
I
cool.
don't
But
know what that
anyway,
means.
Is that
Okay.
like the National League? Is that what it
Yeah.
is?
okay,
Okay.
yeah, National.
Okay,
League.
so I'm only talking. Then we'll go to the Jets. Okay, Broncos, Giants. Giants win at home. Giants at Washington. Close game.
This has to be on bias.
Close game. We've seen the Giants play really well against Washington
That's
at
true.
Washington. I think we have a better offense. I think the Washington defense. I don't know. Chase Young just consistently scares me. I'll be completely unbiased. Give me Washington. Loss 1-1. Falcons. I think we take the Falcons and beat them at home. I think we go to the Saints. I think we win. I think we have the defense to stop a bad quarterback. Cowboys. Cowboys. I think we lose. Home against the Rams. I think we win.
Oh, okay.
Again, home against the Panthers. I think we win.
5-2.
Sorry.
Jeez.
Against that, I think we will get manhandled at the Chiefs. Against the Raiders at home, I think it's going to be a trap game. I think we lose.
Okay.
Buccaneers, I think we lose. Eagles, we win. Dolphins, we've said we win.
7-5.
At the Chargers, I think we win.
Wow.
Cowboys
I mean,
at Giants.
Going from coast to coast, no, I wouldn't have that.
Okay,
Oh.
sorry. Chargers, we lose.
I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
Giants, at home against
So
Cowboys,
they're
we win.
7-6 now, right?
Yeah,
So 7
home
6
against
now.
the Cowboys, we win.
8-6.
Win against the Eagles. I think we win out. I think we win Bears and we win
So
Washington.
11-6.
All right, so
Okay.
here's my question.
Okay. I'm gonna be the only unbiased fan here.
Let me go. Apart from Tua and Daniel Jones, would you agree that the Miami Dolphins have a better roster than the New York Giants?
No,
Yes, I would agree.
no,
What do you mean no?
no.
I don't think you understand my question.
I think we have better
Apart
receivers.
from the terrible quarterback and the unproven quarterback that you have called terrible, who has a better roster?
The Giants.
The Giants have a better roster.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Okay.
We have
So
a
anyway,
deeper-
since
we have a deeper secondary. We have a better running back. We have
Deeper
better.
secondary. That is
Yes.
a very bold take.
That it.
Very bold take. We have the
What do you mean?
deepest-
Darnay
the
Holmes,
deepest
Adoree
cornerback.
Jackson, Logan Ryan,
Darnay
Xavier
Holmes is
McKinney,
unproven.
Julius
Come
Peppers.
on.
What are you talking about? Darnay Holmes let 12% of passes against him last year.
yeah, but how many games did he put? Wait.
He started in the slot 10 games.
That's good, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So
amazing.
we actually have top 3 cornerback, Xavier Howard. Most
No.
paid cornerback ever,
Who
which
was
I hate, by the
terrible.
way,
Who
Byron
was
Jones.
terrible.
I know it's good.
Hey, he was not good last year. He did
He
nothing.
wasn't bad, but he wasn't good.
Noah Igbenogany, who was one of
Noah
the
Igbenogany.
awful.
If you're gonna give me your Darnay Holmes, I'm gonna give you my Noah Igbenogany because he was a first-round pick and he will get more game time this year.
But he was bad.
He was bad, but he will be good. I have
Okay.
very
And then
strong.
who are your safeties?
We've got we lost Bobby McCain, but we've got what's his name? We
Jason
brought in
McCourty. Jason
Javon
McCourty.
Holland.
Jason McCourty.
Okay, that's
Jason
good. But
McCourty.
Javon Holland's a slot, but
He'll play everywhere.
yeah.
Javon Holland, Jason McCourty, Eric Rowe, which I really like, Brandon Jones from Texas, who's a star.
Yeah, Brandon Jones is good.
And that's 4 safeties. And our corners, we got Igbenogany, we got Justin Coleman, we got what's his name? Nick Needham, who's always been really good.
Oh, he won't play.
He'll play.
No.
He'll get time.
You look at the experience, the Giants have better. The Giants have one of the best secondaries in the league.
And the Miami Dolphins have the second best secondary in the league.
No, that's not true at all.
Second behind and only behind the Baltimore Ravens.
That's okay.
What?
Well,
The Baltimore Ravens have the best secondary in the league.
Yes.
I agree. Yeah.
Besides Marlon Humphrey, who? Marcus Peters.
Marcus Peters. What's his name?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No. I know.
Deshaun Elliott. Very
Okay.
strong player.
What?
Okay, Dylan, you're not helping us here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Okay, Tavon Young. They
Yeah.
have. Yes, he's good. Tavon Young is good.
Shut
Come
He's
on.
very good.
Man.
Tavon Young is good.
So
dude.
you're comparing Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters to James Bradbury, Adoree Jackson, Logan Ryan, Julius Peppers, Xavier McKinney.
Julius Peppers.
He wasn't.
I don't know what's funny about that.
Julius Peppers. Think about what you said.
And Jimmy Smith also for the Ravens.
Think about what you said. Julius Peppers.
Wait, I say the wrong name?
You said the wrong names. Jabril
What?
Peppers.
Oh my god.
Oh.
No, I think there's something wrong. I've gone significantly worse with names over the past month. Okay, that's not good.
Okay,
Jabril.
I really gotta go, so let's finish this up.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Okay,
Okay,
this
sorry.
is this punishment you get, Dylan, for talking too long. So, unlike you guys, I'm not gonna be delusional and predict my team to go 11-6 because
Okay,
that's
11
just
and 6
not.
is realistic.
Okay, delusional's a bit of a stretch for
Okay,
a team that
fine.
went 10-6 going into one extra win with an improved team. That's
Yes,
not
but
delusional.
going into okay, fine. Dylan's is not that bad. Kian, come on.
There
What
we
do
go.
you mean?
Anyway, the
Okay.
Jets, the Panthers.
Shut up. Zach Wilson's going to
Damn.
tear his ACL.
Damn. You're gonna go all- you're gonna go all James
That's
Justin.
harsh. Oh, come on, bro. Okay.
yeah.
Anyway, they go into Carolina. They'll lose. Carolina are a good team. Oh, and that's a game against Sam Darnold. That's gonna be painful. Sam Darnold's also not getting vaccinated, speaking of unvaccinated players.
Oh, let's go, Will Greer.
They host they host the Patriots.
W.
I think they'll win. Yeah, I think they'll win. Denver
Oh,
and
you're so biased.
Hey,
You're
let
not
him finish,
winning
let him
that.
they're
finish.
1
Make fun of him
1.
after.
They're
Okay,
1-1. Go to Denver, they'll lose that. Host Tennessee, I think they'll also lose. Tough game. Atlanta, this isn't an actual home game. This is in London.
Okay.
I think we'll beat Atlanta. They're okay.
All right,
They're not
okay.
especially. I think that's fair. 2-3. Go New England. We won't win that. Cincinnati are a decent team. I'll predict a loss. I think that'll be a.
'Cause I don't think you're going to be able to
game.
handle their receivers.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Especially Colts will lose. Bills will lose. Actually, I think we'll beat the Dolphins. I think
Okay.
we'll beat the Dolphins.
God, what is it? What is
Yeah.
it?
We're
Yes, you
3-8, Dylan. Come
Serge,
on.
you will be.
Good,
You will
good.
be the Dolphins.
We'll beat the Texans. We'll beat the Eagles.
Okay.
So now you're 6
I
wins.
think we'll we'll
Yeah.
beat the Saints. Now we're 6 wins. We'll lose to the
You'll
Dolphins.
beat the Saints. You'll beat the Saints.
Yeah, I did say we'll beat
Nah.
the
That's
Saints.
7.
No,
That's
at home. At home, we can
Nah.
definitely beat the Saints.
I don't think
We'll
so.
lose to the Dolphins. Oh wait, no, wait. Okay, okay. Hold on, I want to see. So, loss, win, loss, loss, loss. No, win. So 2-3, 2-4,
Win.
2-5. No, I had a loss here. 2-6,
2-7.
2-7, 3-7, 4-7, 5-7, 6-7, 6-8. Okay, so now I'll go here. No, I'll go a loss here. I think Jacksonville are a good team.
And then lose.
Definitely lost here and lost here. So 6-11. I think that's an
Yeah.
improvement. I think
think
that's an
the Jets
That's
can
improvement.
reasonable.
I think that's
reasonable.
realistic, and I think that's an improvement.
Jets
That's
can win.
reasonable. I'm just gonna make a statement. I'm very excited for the Dolphins to sweep the Jets because of this video. And another statement.
Mhm.
I know the Texans are terrible, but if they're gonna win any game, it's gonna be at home against the Jets.
Fair enough, but I don't. I
think they're gonna have to win one, and that would be the
they'll
game.
have to win.
Serge, you
No,
can't
I
say
think-
fair enough to that. That's just embarrassing.
No. Okay, come on, Dylan. I can't predict my team to lose to the Texans.
No, I know, and I
have,
understand.
I have some respect
Yeah,
here.
If I were to do a pick 'em pool, I would give the Jets the benefit of the doubt against the Texans. But if the Texans are going to win one game this season at home against the Jets, makes
it's
sense.
Davis Mills throwing for 300.
I think 6-11 is much an improvement. Especially, I think it's an improvement. I think it shows promise,
Reasonable.
and it's reasonable.
Reasonable. I was going to say reasonable, but I don't agree. And I'm going to keep that statement. I think they'll win 4 games, but reasonable. I'll give you it.
I think
Okay.
6 is 100% realistic.
Yep,
All right,
And
is
I
that it?
that's it.
All
2
right,
hours.
everyone.
Wow,
All right.
That was a great line.
what was that?
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank
Do be
you.
sure to subscribe, everything. Serge Collick, Team McDermott, 2 hours. Respect the grind. We will see you next time.
Subscribe if you're new. Also, if you watch this, you enjoyed this.
Buster Boom videos coming soon. I don't like really editing videos, so probably not. But
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm joking. Videos coming soon. Buster Boom is coming soon. And follow us on social media. Everything linked down below. See you in the next video. This was the live stream. Serge, say something before I end it.